welcome back to the Binge Boys podcast. This week we have a special episode for you. We're wrapping up the year with our year-end awards for every single piece of media we've consumed as a group this year. But before we get into our awards and why we disagree with each other, I gotta introduce everyone here. So with you today, my name is Enrique.
It's Eli for the last time this year.
And your boy Tristan has made it through the year.
All right, guys. Some of us haven't. we started with 4. We're down to 3. Maybe next year we'll be down to 2. We'll see. Oh, shit.
Whoa.
Hey, man. You never know what happens. All right, dude. So we came here with some awards. If you followed us on Instagram and Twitter, we were posting every single day. We were putting out a nominations list, which of course is subject to change. You know, it's just some of the nominees, not all of them, of course. We just wanted to give something out there for the viewers to look at. So if you want to follow along by going on Instagram or Twitter or the visuals, if you're with us on YouTube, we'll have some nice little visuals put up. Thanks to all of us here collaborating to create something beautiful.
Yes, sir.
We're going to jump right into the fires, ladies and gentlemen, because this is an award that they shouldn't be highly contested, but will be highly contested. We're going to jump into the Top Ship Award. So basically, Top Ship Award means who has the best relationship in a show or movie we've seen so far this year. And I'm just going to go out on a limb and put one of the best ships out there that's unofficial. We got to put Zuko x Katara on my number 1. Just throwing it out there already. Boy. So the way this is going to work is we're all going to throw out our ones. We're going to argue and debate until we come out with a consensus winner. So this should be fun. I got Zuko, like I said, I got Zuko and Katara as my 1. Now you may ask me, Enrique, that's not even the fucking ship in the show, dog. What are you doing? Right? It's Aang and Katara. Well, if you watch the show, you can obviously tell the writers were very ready to put Zuko and Katara together. They had a lot of sexual tension on the air together. They basically were, back and forth. There was a lot of heated dynamics between the two of them. And it was very much a interesting dynamic that they had compared to the Aang and Katara dynamic, which is very weird and motherly. You can say it's the Phidias complex brought to life there.
Except you don't have a mother.
Exactly. He was looking for one. You know what I'm saying? Yikes. He was looking for a mommy out there. But Zuko don't need no mom. You know what I mean? He lost his. He's good. I don't need her no more. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
So he was out here ready to be a grown-ass man with a grown-ass girl in Katara. But the writers decided otherwise. But if you just watch the show, you could tell that's where they were going. And that's why it lands at my number 1. And I'll let you guys take the floor for what your number 1 is. And I think I already know what it is.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. While I agree with the points you made, I could not have them at number 1 because it was not written in the show. While it's nice to fantasize about and theorize about, it was not continued and wrote in the show, which kind of destroys the point of it being number 1 for me. So obviously Jonas and Martha from Dark are going to be my number 1. No question there.
Yeah, they definitely took my number 1 as well. Now, for me, I went back and forth with it a little bit. I had to let Dark simmer a little bit before I really, I wasn't trying to get that recency bias on this award. And so I had to let it simmer a bit, and I went back to it and I was like, they're still just number 1. It's just the number 1 ship that we've seen so far, and that was the best one for me.
Can I ask you which one you're going back and forth with since you mentioned that?
Yeah, so I'll go ahead reveal my my number 2 was Shoyo and Shoko. Shoyo and Shoko from Silent Voice.
That's wild. Okay.
That ended up in my number 2, and I went back to A Silent Voice a little bit, and I was like, wow. I was like, just the dynamic between these two, the way that it built and how it ended up, because they started the movie off as like middle schoolers or whatever. They were young, and then they kind of came back and like found each other almost, and it was one of those. And I thought it was just like, I thought that one had so much build up and so much growth and just there was beauty to it, in a lot of ways. And I thought it was just super cool. And so that ended up being my number two, and so that's why I was fighting with it a little bit because I had to make sure I didn't get the recency bias.
That's actually very shocking because
yeah.
that episode to me is one of my least favorite that we've done so far, even though I very much enjoyed the movie.
Right. That's just kind of on the podcast type of stuff, though.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, I did have them on the nominations list when I put out the tweet and the Instagram post about it. I did put them on there because I thought that was an interesting dynamic, but they did not crack my top three. So let me just
same.
Sorry, continue. Catch off King.
No, I was just gonna say they didn't make my top three either, but what Tristan said actually makes a lot of sense, and I could see why he put them at number two at least and was going back and forth. But
so, is there anything I can do, any argument I can make to even try to sway you guys?
So, my thing is,
Eli, you start.
Okay, my thing is you can't write a better relationship, in my opinion, than what they wrote for Jonas and Martha and Dark. The fact that they were the glitch in the Matrix, the fact that they basically were the time-space continuum, they were the reason why you were able to go back and forth for the most part. They were Adam and Eve. They were like everything in time travel. I'm bad at kind of explaining what I'm thinking, but there's not a better written relationship. They even said to each other, we're meant for each other and nobody else forever kind of thing. They always found each other in the end, no matter what time they're from, what world they're from. They always ended up together, and they were so good together that they couldn't actually end up being together. And you could make the same argument for Zuko and Katara, and I could see where that argument comes in. The thing is that the writers were overpowered in that show by other writers or whatever. I don't really know whose idea it was at the end of that show to let Katara be with Aang, but it was a bad one.
It's a bitch. That's what it was.
I originally left them off my top three, Zuko and Katara. Then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, even though they didn't write it, that relationship concept was way too good to leave out of the top three. So they ended up slotting at the 2 point because I'm like, if they actually wrote this in, it would be great. Because I mean, obviously the fire and the water, the conflict and the healing and the destruction, like just they mesh so well together, and that's what they usually try to go for. They try to go for in a relationship like this. But you're not gonna convince me that Jonas and Martha didn't have a better one.
It sounded like you were kind of fighting for me right there because you said the dichotomy between them, how they're the opposites and opposites attract. I mean, so it sounds like you're kind of voting towards my side right now.
Not at all.
Fuck.
No.
So
not at all.
I'm giving the same way.
I'm giving the argument. Sorry, go Tristan.
No, yeah, the argument for Zuko and Katara is all there, and literally, I mean, basically the same way with Eli. It just because it did not end up being the storyline ship that just it disqualified it for me. Let the records show that T-Max is Team Zutara all the way.
Throw it up.
We
always
all are
have
here,
been.
By the way, yeah.
I always have been. Okay, it's just
Aang is lame.
It's right.
Throw it up. Okay, fucking 12.
Because I'm sorry, I'm gonna reference something else. It bothers me almost as much as the fact that good old J.K. Rowling didn't put Harry and Hermione together. It was just.
Oh my god! Don't do this because now we're gonna have to. Okay.
No. I'm just referencing real fast.
But now I gotta fight you on this, right? I don't think they should have been together. If you're gonna argue that, it should have been Harry and Luna.
No,
what?
Dude, no way.
It was never Luna.
Luna like girls. That's a fact.
All right, when you guys are ready for this conversation, we'll have this conversation.
We'll have this conversation at some other point.
When you guys are grown up enough to have this conversation, we'll have that conversation.
It was Harry and Hermione from the start. That's how it should have been the whole time. Even later on in the movies, you see the relationship between Harry and Hermione is so much better and it makes so much more sense.
That's fucking
for Harry
bullshit.
and Hermione to be together.
Bro, when fucking okay, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Deep and Deathly Hollows, the fucking fuck you, because all that was Harry being a fucking bitch trying to mac on Ron's girl so deep into the game. He had his shots.
Nope.
He had his shots. He could have pulled up from Trey. He's just mad because my guy Ron was knocking him down from the 3-point line. He's mad that Ron came in off the bench, not even the 6th man. He was the 10th man in the garbage time and hit the bucket and ended it. Like, you just, I can't.
Dude,
You're saying that Ron Weasley is playing like Ron Baker right now.
Fuck that guy. I'm saying Ron Weasley, he's a different kind of beast, but the same animal. You know what I mean?
Look, okay. I have so many other things I could reference, all right? But it just, I'm telling you, my opinion is it should have been Harry and Hermione the entire time. There's so many things that show this and prove it. Minus, I'm excluding even the fact that it's just weird that Harry ended up with Ginny. Although I like Ginny, she's a good enough character to me.
She's so boring, bro. What are you talking about?
Good enough character? All right,
she
dude.
has no character. Her character is a stone fucking wall.
And you better not tell me, read the books. Don't do that shit, because don't. I'm not going to.
We're talking, we're a movie slash show podcast. We're a movie and show podcast.
I haven't read the books all the way through by myself in a long time, so I'm not gonna worry about the book standpoint. But it was still weird that Harry ended up with Ginny. That's the point.
It was a garbage throwaway ass character.
And so there's nobody else that it makes more sense for him to have been with than Hermione, and it made sense the entire time.
I agree. I think, I don't know. I personally think J.K. Rowling had a conflict of interest in her brain. She had two different sides going. One, she wanted Harry and Hermione to be together. The other one, she wanted Ron and Hermione to be together. And then she was like, you know, what if I just let Harry fuck his sister?
Yeah.
And then her other side was like, nice. Okay. That sounds good.
But the other one where she just made everyone into like demons and like hates gays and she's weirdo. Fuck J.K. Rowling.
She has even.
She's a weirdo, dude.
Yeah, no, yeah, she is. I'm not disagreeing with Reek right here.
Yeah.
But she's even admitted that she should have put Harry and Hermione together. She's admitted this, just like she's admitted that she shouldn't have killed off Dobby because that was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Then do it, bitch. You act like you didn't write the book. The fuck.
Anyway,
that's what I'm saying. But
we did not actually watch Harry Potter here.
Nope.
That was some of my off brand watching this year, which may come up later. But that all that is to make my point that I was upset that Zuko and Katara were not put together in the end. Okay, it upset me. But just to say that's literally the only reason that they're disqualified for me. Okay, not because they're not a great ship. Okay, they'd still only make number 2 for me. If I was qualifying them, probably. But I kept them off my list just for that sole reason. And that's that. Because otherwise, all the points made for Zuko and Katara are very valid points. But that would still only put them at number 2 for me. That would still only put them at number 2.
Yeah, they're a great relationship.
Oh, yes.
But it just wasn't a relationship. So
all right,
it sucks. But
so I came into here fully knowing I was not going to come out of this on top. But I need to give the just shine to Zuko and Katara and tell these writers that they fucking suck for destroying that ship and not letting it sail when that was obviously, it would be a fantastic piece of writing. And you could add Aang be with any little fucking garbage ass little chick that he ran into from the whole series. Because honestly, Aang is like asexual, like throughout half the series. Dude doesn't even talk to chicks for the most part. He talks to them like 2 times throughout the series. When you got Zuko macking on chicks left and right, even when he's at the Fire Day parade or whatever the fuck on the beach, he was going crazy. You know what I mean?
Bro, yeah. Even, dude, he didn't even marry May either. He didn't have kids with May.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that's how much he gets around. That's a fact.
Hey, they didn't say who his kid's mom was, Tristan.
They didn't. No, I know they didn't.
Well,
but...
yeah.
Look, there's a lot of speculation.
He said, I got this bitch in the Fire King. I got this bitch in the Earth King. I got this bitch in the Water. And Zeke was killing. He had all his bitches were foreign. Let's be honest.
So we know my top two. Reek, I'm assuming Jonas and Martha were your number two.
Jonas and Martha was my two. And it's...
Okay.
Again, I think it is the better ship, but I came in here knowing I wasn't going to win this argument, so I had to put Zuko and Katara at 1. Jonas and Martha is fucking fantastic, and from season 1, you want them to be together and win. I was very much on that train from the start, and even though it's technically incestual, and you later find out that every single relationship in that show is incestual, which the whole nother beast.
Kind of bothersome in a way.
It's cool, man. Just let it go.
Here's the thing, that I've never ever seen anyone cause me to root for something like that. And yet here I was with Dark, hoping that Jonas and Martha would just be together forever.
So, despite me I'm going to go on my shield, but I do accept them as the official winner, that Jonas and Martha does take the 2020 Best Ship Award at the Bingies. Throw one up for them. The first award handed out at the show.
Yep.
And it probably won't be the last award Dark gets today.
I doubt it.
Probably not.
Tristan, so we know me and Reek's top two. I already said Zutara's my second. I thought about disqualifying him too, Tristan, but I was like, whatever, I'll put him at 2 for fucksies. Anyway, who's your number 2, Tristan?
My number 2, I already told you guys.
Shoya and Shoko.
Oh, I thought you said 3. Oh, duh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but my number 3, since we're on to 3s now, feel free to show me it's a knife.
God,
after this
I
one.
know what you're about to say.
What do you think I'm gonna say? I want to hear what you think.
You're gonna say fucking Will and Riley, aren't you? Oh my god!
Oh my god! Dude.
I am.
Come on, really?
That's not even the best ship in that show.
Look, I'm not gonna condone some of the other ones in that show.
Oh, are you against Nomi and Amanita, dude? What's your problem?
No.
He's going on the shield. Join J.K. Rowling. He's going on the shield.
I love Amanita. There, and then there's whatever. Riley and Will for me, especially. Now this one does have some bias. Well, I mean, I guess any of these can kind of have some bias for each of us. But especially so the first time I watched it, the show hit home as a whole, and then as I watched it more, Riley and Will, just like the way, I mean, similar to how I kind of ranked Shoya and Shoko, the way Riley and Will interacted with each other in that show, as opposed to literally any of the other characters, was just, it was different. It was, I don't want to say more meaningful. I mean, in the context of this, ships and stuff, I think it was more meaningful. And it was just a little bit more powerful in a sense. And that kind of stuff.
What about when she gave him fucking meth or whatever? Was that part of the ship too? When she was protecting him and
everyone else.
He was off that smack, and they said, "Oh, this is a great relationship right here."
Oh my god!
Man, they had to do it.
Fuck.
They had to. Come on, man.
Fuck you.
I'm so sorry.
There's no drug buddies.
She was taking some tea. She wasn't even fucking supposed to. She said, "I'm gonna get some of that."
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
Look, that's why. Hey. Don't worry. That was never gonna make my number 1. So we didn't.
I'd hope not.
We didn't have to murder T-Max.
That would have been a whole different kind of fight going on.
I would have murdered you.
I would have never ever won that.
Reek, I'm interested to see your number 3 right here.
This is why. Okay, I said that wasn't the best ship in the show because it's not. I had Wolfgang and Kala at 3.
Okay.
Hear me out, right? So this one is, again, it was very much built up. It was very much executed pretty well throughout the show. It actually was going somewhere, and then the writer said, Nah. They said
Like,
we're gonna
pissed
go
me
with
off.
a polyamorous relationship. Now, I'm
Yep.
not against poly relationships. I don't give a fuck what you do in your own free time, right? But my issue with this one is she kept looking for an out with Rajan, and she never
know.
just left him for
Because
Wolfgang.
Rajan he was a good dude. That's why.
He was a good dude, but she wasn't happy. Like she never.
Well, yeah.
She kept
Yeah.
being like, "I'm not really happy with him. I'm not really." Then let him treat some other girl well. The fuck, you can't have the best of both worlds. Call it such a selfish character. Oh
and
my.
then they let her, and I was like, oh, this is crazy.
Wolfgang, but okay, I gotta throw one up for Wolfgang, because Wolfgang is a beast and a player, and he had women all over him left and right,
Yeah.
from
He's just a
Germany,
G.
Americans, whoever, he again, like Zuka, all his bitches are foreign. So, but he decided, you know what? I'm gonna hold it down for the one time. I'm gonna turn this into a marathon, not a sprint. I'm gonna beat out this motherfucker Rajan. I'm gonna slip some shit in his drink. He's gonna fucking die. That's my headcanon for Sensei. Is that Wolfgang was slowly poisoning Rajan until he died, and he was dolo.
God. So you like to theorize a little bit.
Yep. So that's my headcanon. I'm sticking to it. Kala
Okay.
as Wolfgang. Wolfgang is
I'm not,
fantastic.
and I'm not mad. I'm not mad about I can't
Nah.
argue with that. Like I understood it and I liked it too, but your notes against it, like wow, that was too much for me.
That's sus, bro. You kind of I've heard like 3 hateful things come out of your mouth this episode.
Whoa, no, they just ruined it for me by like not making it go how we thought it was gonna go.
All right, dude. Sure, dude. Get with the times, old man.
All right.
I'm gonna come in with my number 3. So Tristan actually made a really compelling argument for Shoko and Shoya. But I'm gonna just go with my original number 3. I think probably if I thought about it more, I would have put them at number 3. But unpopular opinion, I'm gonna put Huey and Starlight at number 3.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Look.
I am.
I love Starlight, but yo, I want to hear what you got to say about this.
So I thought if it was just the first season, I would have not. Their relationship was pretty weak. They didn't really, connect too well. But I felt like in the second season, they did a lot more as far as relationship stuff that kind of brought them together. Plus, she has superpowers, he doesn't. And it's kind of that like mix and match of like lifestyles and like what they want. He hunts superheroes and then she is one. I don't know. I kind of like that conflict between that and that relationship. So I think that was kind of the main spark of interest in that relationship aspect.
That's some good points. I think both those characters are strong. I think Huey's a strong character, and I think Starlight is a character that in that show. But she plays her role what she's supposed to be. She's supposed to be the white meat baby face. She's like the Superman of the show because Homelander's not. So she does what she does. Huh?
I was yeah.
Don't fucking
because Homelander's not.
Because Homelander's not. So she's the Superman, and Huey. I like Huey a lot, and I like their dynamic a lot. Where Huey's like, he really just does want to settle down, but he's got to do all this superhero killing bullshit on the side.
Yeah, exactly.
So I respect that decision at 3, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know. Their relationship kind of just makes me happy, like watching it. I'm like, you know what? That's cool. Saying. I like that. So I don't know. I just was more like drawn to that than other relationships. Right? Exactly.
Totally. No, I get it. Like I'm not mad about it. I didn't obviously I didn't put it in there, but you have compelling arguments for it, and I respect it.
Bro, especially none of the other relationships made her eyes light up, if you know what I'm saying.
Yo.
Yikers. So the first annual Benji's Award goes for Best Ship to Martha and Jonas.
Shout out to the creators of Dark. Shout out to my boy Louise Hofmann. I forgot Martha's actress's name, but she's fantastic in her role as well. We love both of you here. That show is fucking great. We'll talk about it more at length probably later. So, and we've also did 3 episodes on it. So, I mean, there's a lot of Dark content for you guys if you guys enjoy that show.
If you guys don't know about Dark, go watch it. our episodes. A lot of good stuff from there.
Absolutely.
I've been passing that out. Trust me.
It's my new book of
in my
gospel.
bubble. Yeah, exactly.
Be like, have you heard of
so
Dark?
Reek, what exactly? What we got for our next award, Reek?
All right, so we got this one goes out to the ladies. You know, we out here at the Binge Boys. We may be some boys, but we can't just hold out on the ladies. So the next one is the Biggest Daddy Award for the girls. All right, this one, we're not afraid to get a little controversial and weird on this show, baby. All right, so I went first because I had a controversial pick as mine.
Yep.
This one could be a unanimous gimmick, but we'll see.
It might be.
Who would?
I don't know.
Would you like to take the mic first, Eli? Oh, Tristan!
Tristan's fire.
Okay, he's here. He's ready to play. He's coming out. He's like, hit me.
Okay, the real daddy steps up to the plate.
That's right. Okay. I had to double check who I had because I was like, he said it might be unanimous, but we'll find out.
I top two went back and forth, so
same.
Yeah.
I don't know who you guys picked.
Oh no.
I feel confident. I feel confident in my pick. All right. Look, my pick, my number one for the top hubby award was my boy from Train to Busan. It was the Tank Man.
What?
Tristan,
my big
dude,
man.
Are you serious?
That was my yes.
What is
yes.
this pick? Are you serious?
Yes. That was
my God, Tristan.
Award. Look. Look. My man did it all. My man
he neglected his wife.
Neglected him. Excuse me?
He did.
No. Not only
he's like he straight up, he was like, shut up, bitch, survive. Like
no.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you finish. Sorry.
He understood who his wife was. He knew that he married a chick that was, I mean, nobody was gonna be as dope as my boy. Okay, that's just a straight up fact. I'm not gonna argue about that one. Nobody there was gonna be as dope as my boy. Okay, but he married a woman that he knew was strong and knew how to handle herself. Yes, she was very pregnant. Okay, but he knew that she knew how to take care of herself. He kind of had to take over for the other dad, you know, because he was unsure of just about everything for a lot of the movie. So my man took charge. He became daddy 2.0. He was, he was daddy to this other girl because she was terrified the whole time, and her dad couldn't even keep her safe half the time. Or, I guess technically he did, but the Tank Man came out. He was providing for everyone. All right. And then let's just not throw by the wayside my man's sacrifice. He knew what he had to do. Okay. He looked at his wife with so much sorrow and pain in his eyes in that moment because he knew how it was going to go. Okay. He knew how it was going to go, and he knew he had a child on the way. And he still, for the sake of everybody else there, proving his status as a man and a father, that he was the top dude, okay? Also, my man was straight up jacked. My man was pretty handsome as well, all right? He's a pretty handsome dude. I was jealous of his facial hair, for one. I wish I could grow good facial hair. He grew some pretty good facial hair, all right? And then he was just dope throughout the entire movie, doing everything a man should be doing in that situation. Now, this is not to say that women can't be dope and doing their own thing. In this movie, they were not doing as much, all right? That could be on the writers, that could be on whatever. But my man showed out for the entire movie, all right? He was killing it from start to finish. He was a little bit smug at some points, but you know what? He earned the right to do that, all right? Throughout the movie, he proved himself. He is my number one pick for top hubby.
You say start to finish, but he didn't actually make it very far.
Very far. He was there until like the last 10 minutes.
Oh, no, he was not.
No.
Okay, maybe 15.
No. He died. No, there's like 30,
half.
45 left. Yeah.
There was not halfway. What?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude.
Dude, okay,
Yeah.
look. I thought I was coming in here with some controversial picks. And then I remembered that we have the wild card that is Tristan. Eli kept telling me. And I just was like, there's no way he can surprise me at this point. And he fucking came in here and just said, he pulled a fucking shark out of a hat. Like, not a rabbit. He pulled a full on shark, a great white. I'm just over here like, fuck. I mean, your argument is fucking fantastic. I can't lie.
I was about to say that.
You had great notes, great arguments, but myself, I have a better argument because
before we get to that, I also want to say, great job on the arguments, Tristan. I don't think anybody else could argue that better.
I thank you.
I don't mean to destroy your thing in one question, but do you know his name?
I actually don't, and here's the thing. I think they all.
There you go.
I know, right? No, he's literally Tank Man in all my notes for everything.
Tank Man because goes crazy.
I think they legit only. I think they only mentioned his. I think they mentioned his name less than 5 times in that entire movie.
I'm sure. I don't remember.
They didn't say a whole lot. There were very few characters that consistently were called by their name.
They're very stingy with names.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly what that was about. Maybe it was, due to the fact that they were in an apocalypse situation and they weren't sure who was going to survive. They weren't trying to get on a real, personal first name basis. They weren't trying to get attached. That would make some sense. But I mean, all movie he was calling the other dude, he was calling him buddy or something like that, or dude. So
Brother.
Stuff like that. It just, so fair question.
Right.
Even if he had a name that I remembered, I would probably still just call him Tank Man.
I would probably too.
All right.
Or
Reek, I bet you we have the same top 2.
So I'm very excited to hear this.
Unless you put Homelander up there.
Fuck. Okay, I'm not that evil.
We're gonna have
I'm not.
Okay, I was gonna say we might have a problem, but
I went into the lab, and I said, "All right, I got these 2 right here. I need to figure out which one's coming out on top." And it was a lot of dedication, hours, perspective, thinking, and grinding that led to me to come to this decision. His name has been mentioned before already, but both the names have been mentioned before already. And it came down to some late game clutches that I'll explain in just a minute after I reveal the name. My number 1 was, in fact, throw it up for him, El Prince, El Rey, Zuko at number 1.
That's a good pick.
At Biggest Daddy. Now, you may ask me, who is your 2? Who is your 2, Enrique? Well, my 2 was Jonas. Right?
Oh, okay.
Why Jonas, right? Now, Jonas is fucking amazing. Fantastic character. He was really close to taking 1 for me. I really enjoyed him throughout his entire character arc in Dark.
Yes.
But the issue begins to arise when you take it to the fact of the other Jonases that are not just young Jonas. Because in my mind, those are separate characters, but the argument could be made, again, that is all Jonas, so Adam is Jonas, and shit like that. Mm-hmm. So that knocked him down multiple pegs on my list of seeing Jonas in his 30s back in the 1800s, and then seeing Adam Jonas do his bullshit. And then I dropped him on mine, and that led to the one king to rule them all, Zuko, taking 1. Now, Zuko, again, I've talked to him about him at length, but his character arc in Avatar is one of the best character arcs you will see in any media, period. You see him go from the desolate teenage boy to a grown man by the end of his journey that accepted himself and knows that respect is given to yourself, not by others. And it's fucking awesome to see that happen. You see him go from that into book 3, where he gets his redemption arc, into being just a great dude, a great teacher, but stern teacher. You also see him become more of a complete human being by accepting his relationships with people. As much as I don't like her, he very much was committed to her at the time. We don't know what the fuck happened post-show because they won't make a book 4. Please make a book 4. Please make a book 4. But we don't know what happened after that. But from what we got, Zuko really did transform. He's great. And then obviously in the biggest daddy award, you got to factor in the hotness as well. Zuko, fucking fresh. Book 2 Zuko, he was with the shits. He had the fade. He had the boxed up line with the fade.
I had the question coming, Reek. Do you prefer long hair Zuko or short hair Zuko?
Okay, hold on, I'm not done yet. And then we had Book 3 Zuko with the boy band gimmick, and the boy band gimmick went crazy. I really don't like Book 1 Zuko's design as much. I don't think it's as cool as the other two, but I understand why they gave him the traditional ponytail for, you know, the Chinese stuff. But as far as looks wise, I think Book 3 Zuko, he looked the cleanest. I think that he looks just like beastly when he's like at that like kind of disheveled but kind of still looking good kind of line right there. And I gotta throw one up for my boy Big Z. Throw it up to Sweet Me Brewski. And that down, Eli. It's the balls in your court.
That's very, very compelling stuff right there.
It is.
I was hoping that somebody would make an argument like that because I actually could not really make a consensus between the top two, because I kept going back and forth, much like Reek. I just didn't have Jonas as the other competitor.
Oh shit! I think I know who you did have as a competitor.
I bet you do, because it's Dean Winchester.
I didn't have Dean at that. I actually thought you were saying something else. Yes.
I thought he was going to say something else as well. This is going to be a tough one.
I was hoping to be kind of convinced like that, because right now I'm leaned in on the Zuko side, but Dean's just such a badass dude. Like, okay, he wasn't really in a steady relationship, which might hurt his hubby/daddy case, but that's just because he's just too much of a badass to settle down.
It might help it for some people.
It could.
It's hard for me, man. Like,
so you had Zuko and Dean as your 1A, 1B kind of?
I'm cutting out for a little bit, but sorry. Yeah, no, I couldn't come to a consensus because, like you said, Zuko, the character development is crazy. And that's what at least made me put him in the top two, because he learned too much and he grew too much as a character to not be like one of the two top like badass dudes in this list. Dean always been that badass. He's hilarious. He's like that protector vibe that you want, you know, in that daddy type relationship. Again, we're a little sus here. And that's gonna lead into my third, but I will get to that. So I'm still kind of contemplating, but I'm gonna put Zuko number one.
Okay. It's very interesting. So Tristan, we listed off our twos. You gave a strong case for your ones. Can you tell us who your two was?
My two, okay. My number two, and my list is clearly way different than everyone else's. My number two was Bob Lee.
Okay, that's fair.
Right,
Bob Lee Swagger was my number two.
Yep.
All right. I mean, although his show wasn't as strong, Bob Lee, once again, a character who carried the weight.
Oh, yeah.
All right. My man Bob Lee was phenomenal. He was just taking names left and right, quite literally in some cases. Just sniping people, protecting his family, and let's just not forget his husband, daddy duties. Not only was daddy a ghost, all right, he got revenge for his fallen Julie. And that last scene where he takes out good old Red Bama in the snow, it lingers with me. It was so cool because they could have very well left it with Julie dying and them leaving it at that. And then they decided that, because oftentimes they'll leave it with like, oh, he has something to get revenge for, or she has something to get revenge for, and they never really show it. But they showed it with Bob Lee, and it was awesome. I mean, it was just pretty sweet. And throughout the whole show, he's just proving himself to be the alpha male over and over and over again. In so many situations, he was clutch. he was just a badass. Um, he just completely killed the game. You know, if first of all, he landed Julie Swagger. All right, great, great in and of itself. All right, that right there, high marks for me. Um, he could have had anyone. He could have been an unfaithful man many times. I almost assure you. But was he? Absolutely not. My man Bob Lee, faithful.
This sounds like
He did
headcanon to me. I don't see
promises.
any evidence of this, what you're saying right now. Sounds like headcanon to me, which was why you guys disqualified Zuko and Katara. So I'm just saying, bro.
Head canon that he was faithful?
Yeah, bro, we don't know what he was doing.
We don't.
I mean,
But
okay.
all signs
Headcanon.
point to this at least.
Okay.
There was no distinct evidence towards him being a bad guy.
Headcanon.
All right. All right, my man Reek trying to make the argument against it, and that's fine because I am not going to be surprised if he's got someone completely different at his two, or I mean three, because you guys already did your twos. I just Bob Lee was that kind of person for me. Plus, he's another very handsome man. All right, if I
Someone
look
with
like
hair.
that, what was that?
He said he wants his hair.
What was that? Once it, ooh, yeah, that's fair. I mean, in all honesty, if I looked like Bob Lee, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have any complaints.
He looks like Canelo Alvarez, so I mean that works out for him.
Yeah.
There. Should I reveal my number 3 right now?
While you're at it, Tristan, just let him rip, big dog.
Yep.
All right. I don't feel as confident with this one. And see, you guys took the different angle with some like Reek took the angle with Zuko and Jonas going for kind of like the male character as a whole kind of thing, whereas I really kind of went more for the grown up sort of hubby daddy kind of figure. And so
That's fair.
that's totally fine. I guess I saw it a little differently. At my number 3, I had Lito
Whoa.
Hernandez.
Really?
Wow.
I did, yes. All right. And this one kind of rested more on his suave character. I mean, my man Lito was just a beautiful human being for one. All right, a beautiful, beautiful human being.
Very jacked man.
Just, I mean, yeah, he muscles all over. I mean, and then he's a movie star. He's a movie star, so that of course leans more into that. And then I liked his character arc as well throughout that show. It wasn't as much of a character. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to compare it to Zuko's or even come close. They don't even fit on the same scale. But Lito's character arc, being like all shy, worried about like ruining his career because of his relationship with Hernando. And he was keeping it a secret, but he was still like a passionate man. He was once again another faithful man overall. And so like I appreciated that. And then his character arc of moving towards, he was becoming much more proud of everything. He ended up being the special guest, what's it called? The Grand Master of the Pride Parade, wherever that was. He just really started like taking charge more. And he obviously, he had that big old depressive episode. And then when he beat that dude, when he beat that little episode, my man Lito came out swinging. He was putting in the work. The scene with him and Wolfgang, where Lito's like in the bathtub, half dressed. Wolfgang is like under pressure with the mobsters and stuff. That was a big moment for Lito. He was just like another really cool character to me. And so I don't have as great of an argument for my boy Lito, but I felt like he slotted into my number 3.
Let me
Okay.
piggyback off your answer, Tristan. All right, for
Please
my
do.
number 3. Once again, I don't think you picked the best selection from that show. I have at 3 Amadeus Mozart himself, motherfucking Wolfgang. Now, I've talked about Wolfgang at length just previously, so I won't go too in depth about it. But Wolfgang himself is a fantastic character, such badass presence, adult vibes. Like I said, I've got a good. I think a good mix of both is necessary to fill out the biggest daddy chart. So Wolfgang comes in offering that more mature, more more in depth, more bad boy silent killer type vibes than the other two. But he's great. German built, you know what I mean? The Germans make some good shit. So,
Yes, they do.
Wolfgang himself had to be great. So that's why I threw him up at number 3, but I don't think he was strong enough to topple my top 2 personally.
That's fair. And again, I think that some of this came down, and this is not like a knock on your guys' picks, obviously. Our interpretations of how this award should be handled seem to be a little bit different, which is not like a bad thing. So this is going to make for a very fun, exciting debate, in my opinion, once we hear Eli's 3.
I don't think there's going to be much debate from you, Tristan, because I have Bob Lee at 3.
Okay.
Much of the same reasons you said. He's a badass sniper, a silent killer, as Reek said with Wolfgang, but he's just kind of the protect the family. That was kind of his whole agenda. Did he do a great job of it? Yes, until the end. But I thought he was, like Tristan said, piggybacked that show, badass character. If he was in a better show, man, would be a top tier character. I mean, in my opinion, he already is a top tier character, but he's just kind of that badass, like good dad, good person type of thing, military vibes. Like he's just a great dude all around. Speaking from a male perspective, kind of different. But I feel like if I was a woman, that's the daddy I want.
I feel it.
I do feel it. So we've said our nominees. Me and Eli have consensus 1 between us. Tristan, is there any argument you would like to make why we should swing our votes?
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I'm coming into this a little bit like you did on the top ship. I figured that my answers would be a bit different than your guys's. I feel strongly about my selection personally. I feel okay about my other 2 overall. I'm more leaning towards you guys and your strong arguments on this one. Again, I didn't have Zuko up there because I interpreted it a little bit differently. But honest to goodness, your arguments for Zuko are very strong. They're completely valid. There's no real chinks in the armor, so to speak, for Zuko here. And I totally get it. So, like I'm gonna concede a little bit on this one, because you guys did a great job with Zuko on this one.
All right, so you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. The second Benji of the night goes to the crown prince himself, Zuko from Avatar. We would like to throw one up for Zuko. That show has came out multiple years ago, but boy, is it still great and it's still winning awards here in 2020. Throw it up. Word life. Respect. So, we talked about the women. Now it's time for the gentlemen to come out and feast, baby. You know what it is? It's the top America's Next Top Waifu. We're throwing it up, guys. I'm just gonna go out on a limb, right? I'm not even gonna go shit. I'm not gonna ask who wants to go first. It's me, right? I would say there's consensus 1, but after hearing everyone's lists for everything else, there's no consensus anymore. It's gonna be a lot of arguing.
Yeah.
Right?
The knife is. I promise you, the knife is coming back out on this one.
Dude. There's one character, dude. Come on.
Okay.
There's one character.
Eli, I hope, please.
I hope so too. Because if you don't,
I have a feeling I know what you 2 are gonna say, and you guys are gonna murder me.
Yeah, I know.
on this
Because
one.
I know what you're
That's
about to
okay.
say, and I'm already over it.
Yeah, same.
I already know. You don't even have to say anything. But for me, it's only one woman who stands at the
Yeah.
top of the pack, and it's motherfucking Marta, dog. Oh my god.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Whoa,
Eli,
okay.
that wasn't your number one?
No,
Oh,
dude. I had
no.
her.
I
I
am
had her
in
at
shock.
2.
All
I
right.
also have her at 2.
It's gonna be a war then, because Martha to me
Yeah.
is the one above the rest. She was out there in the fields grinding, fighting for Jonas, doing everything she could to help him. In one timeline, the other timeline, she was trying to find any way to bring him back. Sure, you could argue that she killed Jonas with her older self as Ava, but I would argue back to you that by doing that, she was still being linked to Jonas through Adam. So they were still together, you know what I mean? So
It was yes.
So I see Marta really as no matter what she did, she always wanted to do it for Jonas. And for me, a ride or die chick like that is more valuable than anything else in this world. That's why I gotta throw it up one time for Big Marta in the yellow coat with the bangs. Aw, hell yeah.
See, I 100% see that argument. But is she a top wifey or is she a top wifey to Jonas? Because to a random scrub, she wouldn't mean anything to. Because she only belongs to Jonas. You know, she's only gonna ever be with Jonas.
No, she belonged to the streets. Let's be honest out here.
Whoa.
I don't know, man. I understand the ride or die. I totally agree if I was Jonas. If the person is Jonas, then I 100% agree. If we're going to take that perspective. So if we're going to take that perspective, I 100% agree with you. But as not Jonas, I had a different one, and it was Suki.
Ooh.
Because
I like it.
Suki was a badass, also ride or die. She messed with Sokka about the moon chick. She fought for her life. She was just one of the best hands-on combat people without any bending ability. I thought she was just so dope. And if we're going on the kind of argument I had for the top hubby, which was kind of that badass vibes, that protector vibes, then I gotta put Suki at 1.
Tristan, just like I don't even want you to say anything because I'm just gonna ask you a question. Are they from Sense8?
That's a yes. That's a yes.
Yes.
Fuck, dude. All right, do it.
Okay. So as Reek and maybe even Eli probably understand, I'm coming out swinging again. My top wifey pick was in fact Riley Blue.
Oh man, I mean,
from
if you're gonna pick,
Sensei.
Let him get
if
a
you're
shit
gonna
off.
pick anybody, yeah, sorry,
Who?
Not
you go for it.
just get your shit off.
Look. In the same way that Reek talks about the ride or die aspect of Marta, my girl Riley was out here fighting for Will, literally fighting for his and her and everyone else's lives, their whole lives. She was fighting in and out. She was grinding in the streets, making sure that they could survive. You know, maybe not so much in season 1, but in season 2, she had to do all the fighting in the streets. But her and Will obviously made my top ship list as well. But Riley was out here doing the most. You know, she had to be drugging this man for months straight. And this may sound cliche, this may sound lame. That's not an easy thing to do to someone you love. All right? To see someone you love have to go through those kinds of things is not an easy feat. All right? Addiction is a problem for the people who struggle with addiction. Addiction can also become a problem for the people who have to see them go through that. All right? It is not something that hurts the person alone. And so Riley really had to deal with helping Will this whole time, having to meth him up, all the while helping to mastermind this entire operation that they're doing, figuring out how to take down Whispers and the whole evil operation. All right. So she's communicating with everyone else while this poor dude Will is just withering away on some meth in his system for months. She's communicating with everyone else. She's figuring things out. All while, let's not forget, she's still dealing with her own trauma. Her husband died in the car accident. She miscarried her child because of that same accident. She was not the same person. And she fought through all of that because she loved Will. She was just left and right making things happen for not only Will, but once again, her entire cluster, her family. Not family by blood, but not even family by choice, in this case, but family by circumstance. And while she wasn't necessarily like the mother character of the group, she was absolutely a top wifey, putting in as much work as she could possibly do, fighting battles on multiple different fields, doing what she needed to do.
I'll say I'll say that I think she was a good wifey because she stuck by that fucking loser Will that entire
shit.
time.
Oh
So you
shit!
say
fired.
you say ride or die, I believe it, because man, she could have had a Wolfgang if she wanted him.
Shit, you right?
Wasn't Wolfie giving her some looks at the beginning at one
Bro,
point
I'm
too?
sure he did, bro.
He's the king. Oh my.
Dude, this is gonna be hard to pick a first choice because I'm not gonna say Riley Blue's the number one. I don't care. If you want to say it's Martha, it's Martha. If you want to say it's Suki, it's Suki. I'm not gonna change my list. I'm just gonna throw out my 3 right now, which was Riley Blue. So it's not like I don't think she's a good wifey, but she's not top 2. So if it's Martha at the end of the day, that's okay with me, but it definitely ain't her. I am sticking with Suki as my number 1, but if we come to that consensus, I am okay with it.
I would also like to throw my list out there. I had Suki at 2. She was definitely top 2. And then I had very controversial at Katara at 3.
You know.
So
yeah,
real fast. I had Katara at my number 3. But after, because I had struggled with Katara or Suki at my number 3. Eli really made some convincing arguments for Suki. And I had been struggling with it in the first place. But I ended up putting Suki at my number 3. So Eli and I had the same top 3.
right.
In a different order, which is totally fine. I was surprised that anyone else had Riley Blue on there at all, especially after those episodes.
See, it was hard for me to pick a 3, man. It really was, because I went back and forth because I had Julie Swagger on there, and then I was like, that's kind of lame.
No,
so
she was never gonna make top 3.
So there was just a hard 3 for me because I felt like there was 2 really strong wifeys in the shows that we watched, and then there was just the third spot.
I agree. There's 2 really strong ones, and then there's the third one. And I think that shows because we all had the same 2 in all top 3s.
Yes. And if it's a fight between those 2, I'm cool with it. Honestly, I think what Eli was saying about Marta being more of a ride or die really for Jonas. But then again,
could be made the argument for Sokka.
Right, but here's the thing. Well, so I mean, Suki was a protector of many, especially as a Kyoshi warrior. All right, so she was doing work. But when you look at what Marta ended up doing as Eve, all right, she was doing everything for everyone. She was maybe controlling, you could say, in a way, but she was doing this for everyone there.
Yeah.
And so honestly, I mean, I already had Martha in front of Suki, but I mean, Martha, Adam, and Eve, literally in the Christian religion, the parents of the earth, the first 2, Adam and Eve. So it made sense in that show, in the storyline. I think it makes a lot of sense here.
I mean, if we're sorry, go for it. Okay, I was just gonna say, for me, if we're going off strength of lists, Martha on average was the highest. So, like I said, I wouldn't be mad if Martha's the number one. But I mean, I'm gonna die on the Suki cross.
Suki is great. And I think your argument of her being a protector of many is a good argument. But I would counterpoint to you that very much so, Jonas and Marta both could have, once they made it to the timeline, which included the Doctor brother in the actual, NOONE timeline, like the real one, not the two split, and the one that was one that got split into two. They could have just stayed there. They could have just said, fuck this. You know what I mean? Me and you. But they both made the decision that we got to do this for our families. And as much as we do love each other, as much as we are made for each other, it's just that the time is more important for everyone to be safe rather than for us to be together. And so they made the decision to stop the timeline and finally end it and create one true timeline together. And I think that really upped it for me. And seeing her, just her whole character for the whole show really did bring that in for me. Suki is fucking fantastic. Don't get me wrong. She is very much, like you said, a ride or die. She's out there looking out for everyone. She looked out for my man Appa when he was out there fighting. She went one toe to toe with Big Azula. She can fight. She got all the brawling skills, but Suki falls a tier below just because of the way she let Sokka get away with treating her as a second option, because he didn't want to get away with the Moon chick. And so that's why she falls a tier below, because you can't let men treat you like that, women. Find you a real king.
That's facts.
And so that's why Marta takes one. And that I'm gonna have to stick with Marta at one for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sticking with Suki, but like I said, if Martha wins it, that's fine. Like, I would not. Both are great characters for me. So either one of them's, I feel like, a good choice, and I'm okay with Martha at one.
Tristan, it came down to a split vote. You can try to argue Riley, but I don't think anyone will sway.
No,
I'm not gonna try and argue Riley here. Between Suki and Marta, as much as I like Suki's character a lot more than a lot of other characters in plenty of shows. I like her character more, and I think she deserves a spot on this list for a reason. But I really do think that it's Marta here.
So you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. Da Benji number 2 goes
three.
Well, number 3, but second of the night for this show. Dark.
Oh yeah.
Second for Martha personally. She's taking home 2 today as America's Next Top Waifu and Best Ship. Foof.
Yeah.
That one was way more contentious than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, me too.
I thought that was going to be a quick one. That one turned out to be a knockout dragout. But that's all good, because we're on to our next award. This one's probably the most fun for us.
This one's gonna be fun,
because this one's just pure debate, right? It's just there's no statistical evidence or anything like that. But that's all good, because we're on to our next award. This one's probably the most fun for us.
This one's gonna be fun,
because this one's just pure debate, right? It's just there's no statistical evidence or anything like that. So this one is called the Biggest Drip Award, right? This is the one we have next, correct? Yes? No? Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we named this award the Drip or Drown Award, but the stealth name undercover, though, if you get when they get the award shipped to them, it's gonna have a little inscribed. It's gonna say the Louis Hofmann Award. Because that man dresses too fucking clean not to have that shit named after him. That man's got the suit game on fleek. But, so we're going to argue which character, and for those, for the older viewers or those who may not be as hip with modern lingo, drip means the most looking sleek, looking cool, best dressed award if you're back in high school, if you're like 52. So you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about.
Iced out.
Yeah, iced out. You know what I mean? So, for me, actually, you know what? I've gone first.
I was going to say I haven't.
Tristan's gone first. Eli, I want you to rock first because you said there was a consistent one for you.
There's a consistent one. And while there is arguments for my number 2, it's MM for me. Mother's Milk was the most dripped out character in the show. The gold chain, the Wu-Tang shirt. He was just so iced out the entire show, dude. There's no way he's not my number one. He's ride or die, drip or drown. That's all I got. I don't.
Fuck, dude. Tristan, you want to go second, big dog? He doesn't. I'll go second. Fuck it. So Eli, mine is also
Yep.
Matt Murdock, because
Oh
he
my
came
god.
out with the fucking suit and the glasses with the red gimmick. He was iced out at all times. Now you could argue he only had one fit, which I will give you, but I'd say that fit is fucking great. And I'm not
It's a
gonna
good
lie
fit.
to you. The more you talk, the more I want to go with Mother's Milk, because that's my 2. And
I would say Matt's my 2. So
Mother's Milk is so fucking dripped out because he always had the Cubans.
He's got the Wu-Tang shirt, bro.
He did have the Wu-Tang. He had the Cubans. He had that bomb-ass leather jacket with the white tee.
Yes,
and then the
dude.
Cubans on. Oh,
You can't tell me he's not number one, man.
I gotta go Mother's Milk as 1, man. That dude is too.
Yes.
That dude's too icy. I tried. I wanted Matt to take it home, but fuck,
Dude, Matt's drip, dude. I forgot about Matt. He's a player, but he's not Mother's Milk.
Whoever was designing the character of Mother's Milk for the boys, please never fire them. That person
Fact.
makes some of the dopest fits. If it's that actor himself, brother, you make some of the dopest fits I've ever seen, period. Them shits is icy. Fuck, dude.
Besides the giant shirt, take it off.
Yeah, true. We don't fuck with them.
Yeah,
dude.
you're right.
Tristan, would you like to throw up your 1, dog?
Oh yeah, you know how it goes. It's only in this building.
Yeah,
it's only
Oh yeah, man, it's too. That man's too drippy.
He's so drippy, bro.
We made this award for to be honest.
We did. No,
behind the
100%
scenes, we saw him and we said, "Shit, we got to make an award." Oh
Yeah.
man,
We got to make an award.
yeah, man. What were you guys' 2s and 3s though? I mean,
Well,
Eli said Matt too.
Yeah, Matt too.
Oh, my 2 was Tank Man.
What the fuck?
The fuck? How?
How? Dude, he wore a white beater the entire fucking movie.
Oh man. Double entendre, Tank Man, Tank Top.
I didn't put as I probably didn't put as much into this as I thought as I thought I did. Yeah, I don't have a great defense for that one. I mean, he had a nice sweater before he took it off.
Yeah, the SpongeBob striped sweater. God damn it.
Yeah, bro. I'm just gonna throw out my 3 then. While I fought myself because I really, really wanted to put Travis, aka Solotov, on this list because Travis with the cowboy hat, the mustache, with the accent was just dripped in that sense, I guess, in the Texan sense.
Yes, the Texan sense.
Sorry, my shit lagged. It goes to Jonas for the yellow rain jacket.
Oh, you put Jonas at 2 or 3?
I put Jonas at 3 because Jonas, bro, simple but killer. He just had a yellow rain jacket on the entire show, and now I can't look at a yellow rain jacket the same. That's how drippy it is.
That's true. That's for true. He also made fucking rope burn on his neck look icy. I don't know how he did that.
I don't know, but you could also, it's a double entendre, drippy rain jacket.
He had to, or else he would drown in the rain.
That's a fact, dude.
Shit.
Hey, who'd you have at 3? I'm playing, but Jonas is my 3.
I was gonna have. It was between 2 people, and I was really leaning towards 1. But after hearing Jonas get argued like that, and like I said, he made Noose burn marks look lit. I gotta put Jonas at my 3. It was originally gonna be Wolfgang because he had the bomb ass leather jacket.
Wow, he did.
But I think, I agree that Jonas was killing the game.
Yeah. Tristan, who'd you have at 3, my guy? So,
well, originally, much like you, Eli, I was putting Solotov.
Yeah.
My man Solotov, he did his thing, you know. He got that fake mustache in.
Yeah.
It was just you know, it was dope. My man's was doing the work. But Jonas out here, look, my man, if you guys see me in a yellow rain jacket, in the summer, mind your business. It rains out here a lot. Always got to be prepared. I'm gonna have to change my number 3 to Jonas as well, because
Yeah.
he just made it work. You know, it was just fantastic. And again, you know, the rope burns. You ever seen any dude with rope burn look good?
Nope.
Nope. Only one.
Yep.
He deserves it.
I'm kind of ashamed you left the other Matt Murdock off the list, but that's okay.
Look,
We'll let it
like I said, I realized too late that I did not put as much thought into this originally as I thought I did. I thought I did better. I realized I did not. This was a tougher one for me. You guys know I have approximately 2 drip out of like 1 million.
2. Oh my god. Well, I'll say with that, Reek.
So the Benji for the biggest drip, aka Drip or Drown, aka the Louis Hofmann Award, goes to Mother's Milk from The Boys. Taking one for the good guys. Their first award of the night for them. The 4th overall. We like to say shout out to The Boys. You guys make a great TV show. We love you.
Yes.
Much love and respect. Get us on season 4 or whatever. Season 3 and 4. Hire us.
Yeah, give me Jensen Ackles' autograph or something.
Yeah, something. We would like to work with you.
A picture's cool.
So now this is we go into our raspberries equivalent for the Benjis.
Yeah.
This is the only negative award we have because we think people deserve this one. The worst character award, aka the Adam Sandler award. For most hated character, I'm sorry, not worst, because worst would mean that they're bad written. It's not necessarily that they're bad characters, it's that we hate them. So they could be a good character because they're meant to be evil. So,
yeah,
I guess.
My top 2 are just bad acting, bad characters, not so much writing.
Yeah, mine are just not good at all.
Oh shit.
We'll get to it.
Oh shit.
Well, at least my top 2. My top 3, I just
Eli, go ahead and go first. Shit.
Bro, Meacham was shit. Let's be honest, man. Meacham at 1, he's ass. He got an off-screen death for a reason, man. Like I said, he's terrible. He's a terribly written character for sure.
You've had it out for this man since the start, dog.
So lame, bro. That's my argument.
Tristan, you go second.
Well, in a similar vein, as in from the same show, I had a different number 1.
Damn it.
The worst character, in my opinion, was good old Kitten Mouse.
Oh.
I just.
Man.
There was no time on this. There was no time that she was on the screen that I thought she needed to be there. There was nothing she did that I thought, wow, that was important or relevant. The only thing she was good for is Daddy's a ghost. That's more of a meme than anything.
Oh man.
I don't know what the fuck.
I mean, come on.
I don't even know what's going on here. I had Katarina at 1. I just hated that bitch. Like,
oh my god.
Every turn of the way she was doing some fuck shit. And I mean that's just as a character, like I hated her. She wasn't terribly written like you guys. Your guys are legit like terrible actors, terrible writers, just in general. So I mean, in that sense, I would agree. Fuck, dude.
Well, I want to get through our top 3, and then we'll come back to a number 1 consensus.
Hey, yeah, real fast. I'm gonna just level with you guys. I put 5 for myself here, and I'm sorry, Reek. I had Katarina at my 5.
That's fair, man.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
But yeah. Eli, what's your 2? Man, Eli.
So at 2, we got somebody I also hate, and you guys know I hate, and I made it clear that I hate. And
I know who this is.
That's Dodge.
Oh, never mind.
Shit. My God, dude.
Oh shit.
This one, it's different because it wasn't necessarily the character I hated. It was the actress. Her acting was awful. It was terrible. I'm doing the Stephen A. Smith. It was horrendous. It was blasphemous. It was just downright dog shit. And she ruined most of that show for me. So for that reason, she's a 2. She was annoying. I didn't like her when she was on screen at all. Acting was terrible. I don't like to be negative, but I'm being negative right now. So that's my 2.
I respect it.
All right.
I had Big Meech at 2.
Fair.
Because I fucking hate that motherfucker. Every second he was on screen, I felt like I just wanted him off my screen. I was like, you literally add nothing. You don't do anything. You just look like you eat donuts all day, motherfucker. You look like if someone were to squeeze you, you just drip grease.
Bro. He has the most dangerous widow's peak of all time, though.
I'm not going to say anything about the way the man's hairline is. That's fucked up.
I just called Dodge's actress shit, so I'm just going all out right now.
But yeah, Big Michi at
firing
2.
shot after shot.
T-Wax, what you got at 2, brother?
I had Karen at number 2.
From Daredevil?
Yes.
Oh shit, I didn't see that coming.
Wow. I didn't even have her. She wouldn't even made my top 5 if I made a 5.
Really?
No.
I had Karen at 2. She was almost completely pointless.
Damn.
To me.
I mean,
like,
no, not season 2.
I mean,
she
sorry,
was just the pretty girl.
Not season 2.
She was basically just the pretty girl.
She was the one who controlled Punisher.
Yeah, I was gonna say she was
yeah. Okay. No. Look, she tried to do so much more than her character needed to do. Like they had her doing way more than she should have for how much I did not think she was a great character. Like to me, she basically was just like the pretty girl for our boy Matt to mac on, you know? And she wasn't even the best option for him to mac on in that show.
Shit.
Like,
yeah, okay.
You know, I don't know. You know, like she was, you know, did she like Matt? Did she like our boy Snoop Fogg? You know,
no.
Was she trying to bang out Big Pun?
No,
like I didn't.
Tristan, I don't know how you got that from this show.
I didn't know what was going on. Look, this one's a little bit more personal. It just, Karen was not for me. Not to mention her name is Karen.
Respect.
Okay. I mean, I get it. Yeah. Reek, did you already mention? Yeah, you mentioned Meacham, so I guess it's back to me. Much like Reek's number 1, it's totally the character, not the acting, not the writing. The writing is the reason this character is on the list, and it is also Katarina. Terrible character. A hated character, I'm sorry. Not terrible character. She played her role super well. The writing for her character was super good because I think she's mainly meant for you to kind of dislike. So I just don't like her.
Facts.
I don't think anyone likes her.
I got oh shit!
Yeah.
Sorry, King.
Sorry, I was just gonna say it. I went back and forth between her and Jack Payne, so just throw one out for Jack.
Yeah, Jack was kind of bad.
Very bad.
Let's see. My number 3 was Nomi.
Whoa.
See, she was also up there for me.
My number 3 was Nomi.
That's why get us canceled.
Look, no, it has nothing to do with any of that, dude. Okay, the whole show, she's whining and complaining, and like she was just so ridiculous to me about so many things. Like she was over dramatic about 1.5 million things, and again, this has nothing to do with any of that stuff that Reek is gonna try and throw at me. You know, the monkey.
Whoa, you just called
it
her
has
a
nothing
monkey?
to do with
what
that.
The fuck?
Oh, dude. Just because she's transgender doesn't make her a monkey, Tristan.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It has nothing to do with that. See, I told you guys. They were
I'm just
throwing at me.
I know what you're saying.
Look, she just bugged me. You know,
the bugged you.
The bug, yeah.
Not even like the bug. You know, the bug is my dude. But Nomi just irked me continuously throughout Sense8. As much as I love that show, and it it's not that she plays a bad character per se. It's not that her character wasn't written well. It's not that the acting is bad. It just didn't sit well with me ever. Like I was just annoyed, which pissed me off a bit because I really liked Amanita. Amanita was cool to me. I thought Amanita was dope. She was really well done, really well played. And then I felt like she would have been a better main character than Nomi, you know?
I agree with it.
But and I mean, because Nomi did plenty of very crucial things to the plot of that show, and she was more the mother of the group, which was cool with me, you know, and she did that plenty fine. I just had this high level of annoyance, and I really just can't truly explain it very well. And it wasn't like get out heat with me or anything. Like I didn't want her off my screen. I was just like annoyed a lot of the time.
Fair. For my three skis, I had Young Suk, also known as the businessman from Train to Busan. That dude had go away heat. He had I'm gonna fucking kill you heat. I said I don't want to see you again anywhere on a show I watch or a movie, motherfucker. You're dead to me. That dude was fucking evil as shit. That character was, I'll tell you what, and I hated him.
Agree.
He tried to fucking trap him like 4 times. He kept telling motherfuckers, "You gotta keep me alive because I'm the big man." He took out our main character towards the end. That dude's a fucking I hate him.
Oh yeah.
I just gotta tell you, I hate him. That's all I got for him. That's all he did. He was just a bitch.
Yeah, you're right. He's very much up there for me. Gosh. I want to pretend this is a tougher one, but there's only one character who made multiple lists.
I was gonna say I'm ready to say that Meacham's mine.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, he didn't make my list or anything, but he was so bad, dude.
Yeah, he had go
He was
away.
literally just so bad. I didn't care about him.
Congrats to Meacham.
Shout out to Big Miche. He takes the one award you don't want to take home today. He takes the 5th one, aka the worst character, aka the Adam Sandler award. Shout out to Meacham from Shooter. We will send you an award in the mail. It's just a piece of paper with dog shit smeared on it. Oh man. So now we're moving on from the good awards, the categorized awards. We're moving on to the big boy awards now. We would like to move on to Movie of the Year award. Right.
Wait a second. Didn't we have something else in store?
No.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
We did. Yes.
We did.
We would like to mention our top outside of the podcast movies and shows as a little segue for everybody.
Yes.
We do. So, Eli, would you like to kick that off? Because I think I know you're number one.
I can do that. I just kind of want to mention a little bit. It's not so much a number one or anything. So I'm just gonna kind of go through all my stuff and give shout outs where shout outs are due, if that's cool.
Yeah.
So obviously I was talking to you guys. I'm gonna start it out with Punisher. Best show I've seen this year outside of the podcast. It was great. Legitimately a 9.5 out of 10 show, especially the first season. For a Marvel show, which I feel like tend to drag with the plot lines because usually they have some outside stuff going on with characters you don't like. This one didn't have that with me. So yeah, quick shout out to that. John Bernthal, the Punisher character in general. Great show. As I mentioned, I think last week on the podcast, I finished season 15 of Supernatural. So I'd like to, give a shout out to Supernatural. It's wrapped up hopefully for the last time this year. So that was cool. The ending was questionable. And then I also watched Prison Break for the 3rd time this year, which is my all-time favorite show. So shout out to Prison Break. Now I have 2 movies that I actually enjoyed this year. The first of which is The Devil All the Time, which I know Rick's going to talk more about as well. Great movie. Robert Pattinson and Tom Holland did a great job. Yeah, they both did a great job. It's I don't know what it was about this movie. There was not really a plot line, but it all kind of connected in the end, and I like stuff like that. Kind of Dark did that kind of thing where it all connected in the end, and I don't know, that shit just I like it. The other one was Call of the Wild, which was that movie about the dog and
With
uh
Harrison Ford?
yeah, Harrison Ford. So I saw that one in theaters, and that one actually pretty good movie. I feel like it. I don't know. It was kind of a feel good type, which was I read the book a long time ago, and it's does not follow the book at all.
Really?
But yeah, no, because at the end of the book, like they'll get slaughtered by like Native Americans, I think.
Is that how it happened?
I don't remember, but it's something pretty graphic. But yeah, no, I watched it in theaters. It was a very good movie. So those are kind of my shout outs of the year to outside of the podcast stuff.
I see.
I'll
Very
throw it
fair.
up real quick. I want to, if we're doing shouts in general, I like to shout out Slam Dunk. I talked about that not too long ago on the podcast. Amazing series. Probably one of the best sports depictions of basketball outside of the game itself, so in media. I thought that was amazing. The characters were really good, and it really drove home the story for me. It's funny seeing them talk about guys who are 6'5" and how they're big, dominant centers, when in reality, around like in America, 6'5", you'll be fucking playing the three. It's hilarious to see stuff like that. It's an amazing show. It's great. Other than that, I would like to talk about Ashita no Joe, a boxing manga I read. It's from the 70s. It's probably the fucking one of the best things I've consumed this year, any type of media. It was fantastic. I recommend it to everyone. It's a great story about someone who starts from nothing to get something, but they get to something. It's not what they thought it was going to be or what they really wanted at all the whole time. It was just something that they had to do because they felt they were compelled to by the end. And it's amazing. And I fucking love it. Devil All the Time is the best movie I've seen this year outside of the podcast. Boys, that shit fantastic. Tom Holland, dude. I thought he was just Spider-Man. He has such good acting chops. And he really sold it for me because I enjoyed every single second his character was on screen. Robert Pattinson really showed that he is not that Twilight guy anymore, and he continues to show it by going and taking these artsy roles and dominating in them. And he has Batman coming up next year, or I guess 2 years from now at the time of release. So I'm very interested to see his take on that character, and I'm very much look forward to anything he's in from now on. He's really earned my respect as an actor, and that's really all I have to say.
All right. Well, I have more show shout outs than movies. I'll be honest. I didn't watch a whole lot. I don't think I watched a whole lot of new movies this year. I One of the only new movies I watched this year I did very much enjoy was Disney Pixar's Onward. Um, it's not at the top of my Disney or Pixar lists, but they did a really good job with it. Once again, Tom Holland showing some of his chops in voice acting this time. He did that with Chris Pratt. Um, that was a fun one, similar to what Eli said about the Call of the Wild. It was kind of a feel good one. Is Disney Pixar? Um, and let me just stick with that real fast, because I would like to mention that somehow this is still the year in which your boy T Max watched uh, approximately 85 um, Disney and Pixar movies.
Bro, what?
To rank them all
Holy
and put them
shit.
into one big March Madness Disney Pixar movie bracket.
Oh fuck, I forgot that was this year.
Dude, honestly, yes, that was this year. It feels like a very long time ago. I spent weeks watching those movies. Granted, I'm a huge Disney fan. Any people who know me know this. Um, I had a great time with it overall, besides the bitter taste that was left in my mouth by The Nightmare Before Christmas winning my whole bracket. Um, Whatever with that. But I watched all those. Big Disney guy. Personally, Peter Pan is my favorite. I've watched that multiple times this year because I love it. Um, I also earlier this year did an entire Harry Potter movie marathon where I watched all 8 movies in a single day. That sure was something. I'm also a big Harry Potter guy, so that was kind of fun in a sense. Um, some other quick shout outs. Mass Singer had a couple good seasons this year. I enjoy watching that. Survivor, way back in the spring, put out what is, in my opinion, well, I mean, it's not like they choose how it goes. Um, but this past spring was Survivor Winners at War, and that was probably the second best season of Survivor I've ever seen. It was super fun, fantastic. You'll love to see that kind of stuff personally. Um, and so a lot of stuff like that. I rewatched a couple series this year that I very much enjoy and may end up on the list later anyways. So we'll see about some of those. I don't want to reveal too much about those. I've spent a lot of the latter half of this year watching the 100. Um, and I very much like this show. I think it's pretty good. Um, it's a good time for me. And then I'd like to also shout out Reek for getting me to watch Rent a Girlfriend. I've never been big on anime. Reek is our resident anime guy, and he ended up getting me to watch Rent a Girlfriend. And while I'm not gonna say it's like a top tier show, very fun for me to watch. Very good time. Um, and so with that, the only other thing I have to mention is that I also watched Ozark this year, and I'm very excited to see where that goes in the future.
I would like to take a moment to talk about some breaking news, and I would like to say it's good news, but it's not. Um, I was just informed, looking on Reddit, that a professional wrestler, John Huber, has passed away today. You may know him by his ring names, Brody Lee or Luke Harper. Um, he's he's very young. He's only about 40 years old, and he passed away from a non-COVID lung issue today. And it was just announced an hour ago.
Dude,
I'm a very big professional wrestling fan, and you guys hear me talk about it. I love the shit. It's my thing, and I've seen Luke Harper for years since he was on the part of the Bray Wyatt family. I didn't watch him on the indie scene at all. Um, I didn't see him on the indies at all before he came there, but his time at WWE and AEW this year has been fantastic, and it's really distraughting me to hear that he passed away. He recently was taken off TV, and people didn't know why. We thought maybe he was banged up or something. Wrestler talk. It turns out he had something more serious going on, and it's very saddening to see. He was very much a great, prominent on-screen character, a fantastic wrestler, and a great man. He leaves behind his 2 kids and his wife, and that's terrible to hear at any time. Personally, it's very much saddening to me because I was very much invested into him as a wrestler, person, and character. I recently watched a podcast with him not even 2 months ago, and to hear this now is very saddening. And I think this is a great place to talk about that. We cover entertainment, of course, so we want to give a shout out to people who deserve it, and that man did a fantastic job. Um, I wish to show you guys after the podcast. I'll probably show you, Eli and Tristan, some of his promo work. He spoke with conviction. He was a great actor. He probably could have done some movies if he really wanted to. He had a great look. He looked like the scariest hillbilly man you've ever met, but he has a New York accent, so it's kind of funny just hearing him talk normal. It's amazing. So it's
it was cool to watch.
It's a rest in peace, but it's also a rest in power.
Correct.
For having something like that happen, it's very much painful, and he must have known because he had been off TV for a couple months now. So I want to send shout outs to his family. I want to send shout out to his friends. As a fan, I'm distraught, so I can only imagine what people in his life would feel like. He was a great person, and he helped out a lot of people in the wrestling scene. He helped out a whole group of people who were just getting started, and I can't wait to see where they go. I know it's going to be very hurtful, especially in the holiday times. I hope that he didn't pass away yesterday. Hope it was today. That's even though it sounds terrible, but hope he got to spend one last Christmas with his family. So for those of you who are hearing this when it comes out, this will be kind of a couple days old, but please do remember to keep your family in your prayers and people in your prayers. Things are serious. Be healthy, be safe. And we don't want to change the mood too much, but we do want to pay respects to when we can to people we look up to in the entertainment industry.
Man, that was well spoken, my guy. That made me sad. But yeah, I didn't know him at all, but rest in power, as Rick said. That's I couldn't have said it better myself for the situation. So
while we're here, we also like to throw one up for my boy Chadwick Boseman.
Oh yeah,
passed away this year. That's impactful. They said they're going to continue the role of Black Panther, or they continue Black Panther the franchise without him, but the character of T'Challa will not be continued out of respect, which is nice to see. We can't wait to see what they do with that as well. So we want to give a shout out to those two gentlemen who passed away with health issues, but they were also very impactful in their time here. Thank you.
Right.
So it's gonna be hard to go from that into more jokey.
Oh, man.
But I'm good. You know, you gotta remember, you gotta celebrate life, not be sad that it's gone. So we would like to talk about our best movies list for this year.
Oh yeah.
So we watched some good movies to bad movies this year.
I think I feel like this one will have a little bit less contention overall.
I'm sure.
Do we want to go with the list format or just our top three?
Either way works for me.
Tristan, would you like to go list or top three?
I'm feeling like we could at least list what we watched and then give our top three.
All right, so we like the movies we have watched this year as part of the podcast have been Snowden, The Babysitter Killer Queen, Train to Busan, Fractured, The Old Guard, Spencer Confidential, The Autopsy of Jane Doe, Bad Boys 2, Zodiac, A Silent Voice, and Inception. So, if we were giving out a worst
order for those of you who don't know,
what was that, Tristan?
Yeah.
That was in backwards order of most recent to the first one we watched.
If we were going to give out a worst award, it'd be Fractured. By far.
Oh yeah,
not even a contest.
Yeah. Oh yeah, not a contest.
Yeah, man, Fractured fucking sucked.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Rough. For those of you who have not been around the whole time and did not realize, our boy Eli shot about 0 for 5 from movie range.
Oh, I struggled this year. Yeah, it was a tough one. I've Zodiac the highest out of mine, but yeah, it was rough.
Yes. It's okay though.
I'm not a movie guy for those that don't know, so
I won't blame him. I mean, you know, we just really shoot our shit and we try to pop off on this show. So I would go with my one now. It's gonna be different, I think, for at least Eli. But my favorite movie we watched this year, that I kind of discount one of them just because, but it was Train to Busan for me.
I assumed.
Train to Busan was very, very good. Fantastic movie, great Korean film. The way it tackled zombies was good. It wasn't unique because, you know, we've seen World War Z and things like that, but I loved the way that they handled the characters themselves, the emotions, the feeling, the character development. It was all fantastic and wrapped up into a nice little ball. If you want to hear me talk more about how much I loved it, go check out our review on Train to Busan. That was great.
Yes. Sorry, Eli. I also had Train to Busan as my number one movie. I think that movie is absolutely fantastic, and I thought they did a great job with it as well.
I definitely assumed both of you guys would have Train to Busan. It has grown on me. It didn't even crack my bottom 3 or 4, so it did grow on me the more I thought about it. But it did not obviously crack my top 3. Again, if you want to hear my reasons for that, go check out our review on it. Tristan and Reek loved it. I not so much, but my top was Inception. I'd seen it before, and I'm assuming that's the one that Reek wasn't sure if that one counts as a number one or not, or maybe it was Bad Boys 2. But anyway, Inception was my top one. I just really enjoyed that movie.
Yes. So yours was Bad Boys 2, you said?
Inception and then Bad Boys 2.
Okay, Inception then Bad Boys 2. My two that I discounted was Bad Boys 2, but I threw that away because it doesn't count because I love that movie and it's one of my favorite movies all time outside of the podcast. So just to be more genuine and fair, because plus that episode was a special technically, so you know, neither here nor there. But outside of that, I had A Silent Voice at 2 for me. I really did enjoy that movie a lot.
Okay.
It was very, very good, and I thought it was probably one of the better short anime movies like of its kind. And some people consider it the best of all time. I mean, it's got a lot to fight with, especially with Studio Ghibli films, but it's very, very good. I'd also like to throw at my three out there already, which was Inception, which was a very, very, very good movie that I thought was entertaining, a little bit confusing, but good overall. And I thought it would round out my list at 3.
So I had Inception at my number 2. I saw this before I put it on the list, but I figured it would be a good one to cover. I think the movie's great. It's not like, I mean, I think it's well done. It's not necessarily one of my favorite movies, but I think it's really well done. It's cool to watch. It's fun to talk about. And so that ended up there for me. I ended up putting Bad Boys 2 at my number 3. I probably will not be discounting it the way you guys did, and I mean we can if not just for the fact that it was more of a special kind of thing. Because if I do that, then A Silent Voice definitely comes in at number 3. Because that was really well done. That was one of the first real anime things that I've watched. And I thought that was fantastic, really well done. And just like a super cool story.
Respect. So that's your 2 and 3, sir?
Yes. Eli, what was your 3, my dude?
I would say I find it surprising that was your number 3 if you gave it a 6 out of 10. But I liked A Silent Voice. I thought it was really, really hard for me to make a number 3 choice because I didn't have a Train to Busan, because it would have gone, Train to Busan, Inception, and Bad Boys 2 is my top 3. But I did not enjoy Train to Busan, obviously, as much as you guys. So at 3, I actually put Spencer Confidential.
Holy
somehow.
Shit.
Because after my top 2, there was just so much of a drop. I'm like, I don't know what to put here. I'm like, damn. I was like, I guess it's got to go to Spencer Confidential just for the one scene that everybody loves. With the black cop. No. I'm gonna walk these motherfucking streets.
Yes. As my man handed out hands and feet onto Mark Wahlberg's face, he decided this was a great time to let Mark Wahlberg know what he was going to do with his free time after beating Mark Wahlberg's ass. And he decided to let him know that he was going to walk these motherfucking streets, bitch. And probably my favorite scene of the entire movie. It was great.
Oh, that was so good.
So as a meme, not really as a meme, I just didn't really enjoy a lot of the movies we watched, but it's a consensus Train to Busan number 1, and I'm not gonna fight it because I know you guys both really enjoyed it. So
there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
It's almost even. I know you didn't. I'm sorry, Rick. I know you didn't enjoy it as much, Eli, but I feel like with Train to Busan, some of it comes down to just how well that movie was done, which does not always, translate to favorites, obviously, with people. But I respect the fact that you're still standing by, and not backing down from the fact that you didn't care for it as much, even though we both really did.
Oh yeah, I didn't. That's totally okay.
Yes, sir.
With that, we get our second biggest award.
I say third.
Third? You think? Well, what's okay? The top obviously is the best character.
Yes.
What do you think the second is? Best relationship?
Show.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Oh, yeah, that's what we're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Moving on.
We haven't handed out our winner yet. I gotta say the winner line. We gotta give a shout out to Train to Busan for taking home the 6th award of the night. Right, big TTD, foreign film, first foreign. Oh no, sorry, second foreign. Outside of Dark, because Dark hit different. I thought it was American. That's how good it is. So we want to throw it up to Train to Busan while we head to, like Eli said, the second biggest award of the night ski show of the year. Very much a tough award to vote for. I'm gonna be honest.
It's a tough one.
It's a top 2.
It's a 1-2, and good luck everyone else.
Yeah, good. Thanks for coming.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. So you guys want to start with our worst show, which actually surprisingly hard to pick.
Our worst show.
Worst show.
Hmm.
Here, let's list off the shows that we watched this year.
Okay.
Would you like to do that, Eli?
Yeah. Let me pull it up in order so I don't spoil my picks.
Ooh, he's got some spicy pig.
No, not at all. Not at all. All right. So the first show we watched was Shooter. Second, Avatar, and then we watched Sense8. And then we moved on to The Boys, Daredevil, The Boys season 2 after that, obviously. The Promised Neverland, Supernatural season 1, 2, and 3, Lock and Key, Dark, and then Teenage Bounty Hunters.
Yes,
rounding out the list.
All right. So our worst show to me.
Yes.
I'm not gonna win this one.
Lock and Key.
No, me too. It was between that and Sense8.
I'm just not surprised. I'm just not surprised. It's okay. I get it. Similar to how Eli was just throwing up bricks from the movie range. Your boy T-Max couldn't buy a bucket in the shows for much of the year.
Well, T-Max couldn't find a show he hasn't watched before, so that didn't help.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went that way for a lot of it, which did make it tough.
All of it. All three.
My worst show, I guess, which isn't even like a bad show. It was just the show that I guess I enjoyed the least in comparison. For me, it's probably between, I guess, Daredevil and Shooter personally.
What the
fuck?
fuck?
Holy shit.
Which is no. Once again, not to say that they're not good shows. This one comes down to a personal level of enjoyment. You guys remember, I did not care as much for Daredevil. I was not the biggest fan of the show as a whole. There are many individual pieces of the show that I definitely like. The show as a whole didn't hit the same for me, I guess. But don't worry, we'll be getting into some of that in a little bit.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's just get into this top 2 battle because we already know what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
We know what it is. We don't got to talk about it. It's 1 and 2, and we're gonna have to discuss what's your 1. I want to let me handle this one first. All right. Let me
go for it, man.
Big dog this one. Let me pull up my britches and let you know. All right.
All right.
So I came out to 1 after a while of deciding,
and
the reason I came to that 1, right, is because I decided that my 2 show was a little, maybe not biased, but a little swayed in my eyes, correct?
Okay.
I feel like this show, I've seen it in the past, and it was a part of my childhood. And so for that reason, it may have affected the way I felt about it. And it's a very, very good show, and it's probably one of the best shows, period, in my opinion, to hit television. Despite that, the show lacks in certain areas at times that I felt that my number 1 didn't. So that's why at 2 I have Avatar: The Last Airbender as a complete series.
Okay.
It was fucking great, but I feel like season 1 itself is very forgettable in the entire scheme of things. Once you get to 2 and 3, and it's very much weaker in comparison.
Okay.
My 1 being Dark. Now, I feel like Dark, like we talked about in the episode itself, it doesn't miss a moment.
No.
As an entire series, it has nothing but cohesion, important plot line, character building, timeline building, and shit like that. And to me, it's impressive the way they're able to manipulate it all into one fantastic timeline. And I just loved it from start to finish. And that's as someone who doesn't enjoy live action television that much. I really don't watch it much outside of the podcast. I'm usually watching animated shit like Avatar or anime. And for this show to top an animated show in my mind, it just goes to speak at volume how well it competes with any show out there, period, all time.
Yes. All right, Eli.
Um, unlike you, I don't have that bias of watching Avatar when I was growing up, but it's a hard decision. Um, both of those shows are so strong, and I think with a bigger and better season one, Avatar would have more of a case. But it's got to be dark for me. Like you said, they don't miss a moment. Everything connects from the first episode to the last. There's just so many circling plot lines, and they do such a good job intertwining all of them. The writing's insane, the production's insane, the music is insane, the quality that of the shooting and the camera they use is just insane. So I don't know how that's a two in any show.
Yeah,
We'll
man.
see.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah, it's got to
excellent.
be number one. It's got to be number one.
All right. Well, once again, I'm here to stir the pot. I'll be honest with you, boys. I put Avatar at 1.
Okay.
Oh,
I should
okay.
say some bullshit like
And
Sensei.
I thought so too.
no. I'll be honest. I put Sense8 at my 3. That one definitely has a little bit of bias with me, and you guys can disclose your 3s in a few minutes. I'm here to stir the pot. I'm here to try and sway you guys
Oh,
towards Avatar.
Okay.
All right.
okay.
This is not to say that I don't love Dark, because Dark is one of the most masterfully put together and performed shows that I've ever seen and that may ever cross the televisions of this earth. All right. Dark is amazing. Avatar, though, now, similar to Reek, I did grow up with this show a bit. Granted, not when it was originally out, because, of course, Avatar originally aired from 2003 to 2005, which,
Whoa, that's not right.
yeah.
No, it's
Is
not.
it? I don't think
Was it
so.
No.
maybe it was 2005 to 2008 then.
Yes.
That sounds more
That's
realistic.
what it was. Okay, my bad. I don't know what I was thinking. What was two? Okay, I don't know. But 2005 to 2008, still. I didn't quite watch it when it was originally out. I caught up very close to the end or right after it finished, basically. Because they would always re-air the show, you know. And so I also grew up on it. My arguments I'm about to make for Avatar include the fact that the Avatar is a truly generational show. Where and this is one category I think it can beat Dark in, is that Avatar speaks and can speak to anyone, any generation, any culture, whatever. Avatar is for everyone. There are so many lessons in that show that can stick with you for life. There are so many great moments in that show that stick with you for just so long. And it's not that I don't like that Dark was a very serious show overall. I think Avatar is in one sense a little bit more complete. Not to say that Dark isn't a complete show. It's just Avatar is really truly all encompassing. Where Dark is this whole time hitting you, scene after scene with something important and vital, and half the time it's just kind of some mind-blowing stuff. They're throwing things at you left and right, red herrings, what's it going to be, this is what's next, holy crap. Avatar doesn't do quite the same thing. It's much more linear. Exactly, there's an idea of what the plot is and how it's going to go and how it's going to end, and it ends up doing that. But the Avatar, with the fact that it's just an entire journey, you get the growth of so many characters in that show. You have the best redemption arc of all time in Prince Zuko, the best redemption arc of all time. I have never seen anything better. I don't know if anything will top it. Okay, and then you throw in some of these other silly little things. There's all kinds of stupid, funny jokes. There's things that are more meant for kids, but are still funny to other people. You've got Sokka, who just makes joke after joke. You got Toph, who's this serious, badass little girl who's just taking names all over the place, who's also great comedic relief. Um, Avatar provided arguably our funniest moment of the year. Um, you know, our good friend the Boulder just really, really ties some things together for us. And I mean, between another thing for me that we will again discuss soon, um, and this also may speak to a higher volume as a whole, so the percentage may not quite be there. The list of characters in Avatar that just continue to hit time and time again, I think outplays some of these characters in Dark. Um, Dark has a few characters that really continue to hit home, and they do that the whole time, and you root for these characters. Avatar has character after character that, whether you love them or hate them, continue to do good things for the show. Um, whether it be comedic relief, whether it be pushing the storyline, whether it be teaching you lessons, you know, anything that you might expect or want a show to do, Avatar does, in my opinion. Now, you guys are completely right. Season 1 does bring the show down a bit in the overarching kind of sense that it just doesn't compete with seasons 2 and 3. Whereas in Dark, throughout the whole show, it's just shot after shot just going in the bucket. Um but that's not to say that season 1 of Avatar is just like completely trash or anything. It does its job, and I think it does it perfectly fine, and it still provides plenty of those other moments for us to appreciate from that show. Um and Dark for me, not that I need everything to be lighthearted all the time or even some of the time. Um for me, as good as Dark was, it just doesn't do as much for me, I guess, as Avatar does. I think that Avatar really encompasses all things you might want, or even if you don't know you want, you end up appreciating in a TV show. And that's really what kind of made the difference for me after much much consideration between Dark and Avatar for what I believe to be the best show that we watched this year.
I'm gonna quickly say something. If we're going off pure enjoyment and characters, I'd agree with your point that it has stronger characters, it has more characters I liked, and I feel like the overall show was more, not enjoying, but like more, it's much more lighthearted and more, I
It
guess
is.
you could use the word enjoyable to watch.
Mhm.
But never has a show made my brain think so hard and try to and intertwine all these characters and make connections before. And that's the stuff I really, really
Mhm.
enjoy. And it's all about preference at the end of the day. And that's all these
It
lists
is.
are. Um, but stuff like this, the mystery aspect, the time traveling aspect, the keeping
Mhm.
everybody's name straight aspect, it's it's just too much not to put number one. It's just the production, like I said, the person who got the
Killer.
actors to the and the future actors and the past actors and the present actors that looked exactly the same.
Yep.
The production value is just too good for me not to put at my number one spot. And while I agree with a lot of your points, and we're not saying Avatar's a bad show. I'm not saying Avatar's a bad show. And I
Oh,
know
of
you're not
course, of
saying
course, of
I'm not
course.
saying I'm not saying you're saying that Dark's a bad show because we know it's not.
Oh, definitely not.
But
Oh, we know it's not. That's how
but
tough of an argument
yeah,
this is. That's all. That's all
no,
it is.
it
Is how
is when
tough this
yeah,
choice is.
when we watched Avatar, I was like, oh, no show is going to beat this show of this year. Like this is going to be the top show of the year. And my mind was changed personally. I've
Yeah,
never
that's
watched a
totally fair.
show that, yeah,
It's just it's Yeah, Dark.
Yeah.
There's nothing I've really seen that makes me feel the way Dark felt. Makes me want to explore and think about the mysteries of a show.
Yeah.
The inner linings, me having to go and look up fucking all kinds of databases and descriptions of things like that just to try to piece together the little tidbits I missed that didn't affect the plot that I missed, but I was just genuinely curious about things that would expand my knowledge on the show. So I feel like that's why Dark takes it from me. And Avatar is fucking great. It's a great journey. You see some great characters, and there's a lot more characters in that show because they focus more on world building in Avatar. But I think Dark has a very tight and concise casting, which, you know, it's about 16 people in Dark together, but I feel like they're all tight and well-developed characters.
Yeah.
Very much so. And I wholeheartedly, I don't want you guys to think that I have disagreed with any of the points you've made, because everything is spot on. And it's just, I mean, at the end of the day, it's that tough of a choice.
It's, do you want $1 million or do you want $1,001? Like, they're both just great options.
It's just
So
I think it
could
on the head.
It literally could sway. Like, it took one of us to pick Dark or Avatar over the other, and next thing you know, there's a whole different winner. But I just got to go with Dark, and yeah, man.
Yeah, me too.
Look, and is it, one real fast, Eli, I'm sorry.
No,
is there anything that I can do to sway you guys just enough?
No,
I've had the internal battle with myself, brother, since we finished Dark, about trying to figure out which one would be number one. And I've thought about every single argument, and I think really it comes down to that first season that really destroys Avatar taking one for me.
Yeah, and not to say it's bad, like we said, like it's genuinely a 9 out of 10 for me. But the 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I just think that
it's
not
Avatar
a 10 out of 10. Has higher highs, but Dark is just consistently high throughout the whole thing.
Yes, you're right. So I will say this, while I did put Avatar above Dark, I have not a single issue with giving Dark our Benji right here.
Oh, both of these shows deserve it. It sucks that we watched them both this year.
Yeah.
Oh, truly.
My last point. We were texting in our group chat too. I have not watched a show that like a couple weeks later I'm like, damn, I really want to watch this again. And like Reek said, it's because like it's like, oh, how much did I actually miss from that first season? Like before I knew these characters, before I knew the plot line. Because like even I rewatched like an episode or two last night because my mom started watching it. And I'm like, oh shit, I didn't notice that. So it's like I don't know how much of this stuff I didn't notice. And like some of the stuff's just so cool. So yeah, that's my last point on that. So that's our top two for everybody. Unless you guys have more to say about it. But we kind of spent 10, 15 minutes just talking about that. So
like we just
I mean it's well worth it if you ask me.
We would love to split the trophy up, but I think
possibly the most important like argument that we're gonna have in this podcast.
Boy, we're gonna find out in a bit, aren't we?
Yeah.
We'd love to split the trophy up and hand them both out, but considering this is the first year the Benjis has been a thing, we'd love to just hand out a concise winner. And I think we did have enough compelling arguments to put Dark above Avatar. So we want to congratulate Dark for being a fucking fantastic show and entertaining us through and through. And it's just amazing. So shout out to Dark, shout out to the whole cast.
I agree.
Shout out to the writers, the directors, because you motherfuckers are different kinds of animals. We're excited to hear your new project. We heard about it like 1988 or something, or 1899 or something like that. We're very excited to see that because we're looking forward to anything you guys make. You guys earn that kind of respect from us. Where we're looking forward to what you make next.
Oh yeah, dude, whatever they make, I'm watching it instantly.
Yeah, exactly. So shout out.
I'm gonna start off with 3. I have 3 shows. I do have a winner of these 3 shows, but I have 3 shows that are deserving of my 3 spot. What I ended up going with is Supernatural. The nostalgia, the show itself, I very much enjoy this show. Other arguables for me, I really enjoyed The Promised Neverland. I thought that was a great show, and that's arguably a 3rd show as well. And then The Boys as well. I felt like if they made a 2nd season as strong as the first, it would have hit this 3 spot for me, but it didn't. So that's why I have Supernatural at 3.
Respect. I have Daredevil at my 3 because I very much enjoy that slow burn kind of shows that we talked about. It's been my favorite show. I've watched it since season 1 first aired. However many years ago that was at this point. I'm not trying to think about it because I'm too old. But I've been watching Daredevil since it's been a thing. I love Daredevil. I've seen all the Marvel shows, sans The Punisher, which I do need to watch. So yeah, that's my 3 is Daredevil.
I like it. And I would also like to give a quick shout out to The Promised Neverland. Reek, you put that one on there, right?
Yes, sir.
It's a great show. Great show.
Reek, again, our resident anime guy. Promised Neverland was really good. That was just a different vibe for me, and I very much enjoyed it. It was really cool. That also had some of that mystery stuff to it in a sense. But I am excited to see what they do with that as they continue to make it, I believe.
Yes, sir. Season 2 starts this upcoming month, actually.
Yeah. Was that your number 3?
No. My number 3. My number 3.
So.
I put Sense8 at my number 3.
I assumed. Okay.
That I know you guys didn't care for it as much. I know there was plenty to deal with in that show. But for whatever reason, that show resonates with me on like a super high level.
And I respect that. I just feel like everything it did, Dark did better. Sci-fi, multiple characters getting balanced. But neither here nor there. We all picked a show that we've seen before in our own time as our 3s, which I find a little bit hilarious. But not to be shocked. We have entered our 3, ladies and gentlemen. We knew this one was going to be a doozy because it's our year-end wrap-up show. And we are entering the big boy now, which should take us the remainder of the show. Yeah,
the biggest award,
the Best Character Award, which has no other name other than Best Character, which we will be ranking. We'll be ranking the top 25 as a group, and we'll be telling you our 26 through 50 individually. Quickly, I would like to spit mine out because I feel like I got an interesting list. At 50, I have The Corpse of Jane Doe. At 49, I have UFC fighter M'Baku.
Oh my god.
At 48, I have Scott from Lock and Key.
Okay.
At 47, I have Rufus from Lock and Key. At 46, I got Muscle Man from Babysitter. At 45, I have The Boulder. At 44, I have The Deep.
Oh, that's okay.
At 43, I have Phil from Promised Neverland. At 42, I have Aang. 41, I have Isabella at 41.
Okay.
40, I have Foggy. Okay. 39, I have Ty Lee from Avatar.
Okay.
At 38, I have Riley from Sense8. At 37, I have Will from Sense8. At 36, I have Suki from Avatar. At 35, I have Kimiko. At 34, I have Donnie from Shooter. At 33, I have Solitaire from Shooter. At 32, I have Bobby from Supernatural. At 31, I have Black Noir. At 30, I have Elizabeth, a.k.a. Mos Def. I have... At 29, I have Wesley from Daredevil.
Oh.
At 28, I have Frenchie from The Boys. At 27, I have Tank Man from Train to Busan. And at 26, I have Ray from Promised Neverland. Mr. Irrelevant, the one who couldn't make it in.
Nice.
And that is my 26 through 50.
All right. Eli, do you want to go next or should I?
Sure, I can go. I was going to say something. I forgot what it was. Anyway, there's 2 characters that I put 51 and 52 that I'm just going to mention real quick. Diego from Sense8 and Magnus from Dark that were both mentionable. But 50, I have Julie Swagger. 49, I have A-Train. 48, I have Harris Downey. 47, I have Season 1 Cophius. 46, I have Avatar Roku. 45, I got my boy Sheriff Brown from Shooter. 44, I have Sokka. 43, I have Katara. 42, I have Leto. 41, I have Officer Mahoney. That one gonna be a little bit conflicted because he was in Punisher, which is why I like him a little more. 40, I have Emma. 39, I have Toph. 38, I have Scott. 37, I have Ellen from Supernatural. 36, I have Joe from Supernatural. 35, I have Wesley. 34, I have Rufus from Lock and Key. 33, I have Bowser. 32, I have Momo. 31, I have Ray. 30, barely making my list. I didn't actually have him on the list, was Joaquin. I ended up finding a picture for him for our character board that made me
He ended up
think
walking
otherwise.
on in there.
Yeah, I didn't actually have him on, but yeah. 29, I have Bartosz. 28, I have Egon Tiedemann. 27, I
Ooh.
have Isaac Johnson. And at 26, Mystery Irrelevant, I have The Boulder.
Wow.
Fuck,
Oh
dude.
boy.
A lot of my top 25.
Wow, here
was
we
in
go.
your-
We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah, we are.
See? Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be an absolute battle. Okay, similar to Eli, I have two shout outs real fast. One, because I accidentally misnumbered my list at first. And so I originally had him at 50. He ended up at 52. For me was Hernando from Sense8. The guy I then had at 50 until we finished Teenage Bounty Hunters was Tomohiro, who I called Broccoli Boy from
Silent
A
Voice.
Silent Voice. Yes, I very much liked him. And so here we go for Eli and Reek to probably stab me to death the next time they see me. At 50, I have Homelander. At 49,
He
I
didn't
have
make my top
Stormfront.
50. Neither of those made my top 50, so don't worry.
Oh, good. At 48, I have Joe from Supernatural. At 47, I have Elizabeth, aka Mos Def. At 46, I have Appa. At 45, I have Shoya Ishida from A Silent Voice. At 44, I have Riley Blue. At 43, I have Marcus from Bad Boys. And at 42, I have Mike from Bad Boys.
Okay.
Similar to Reek, at 41, I have Isabella. And just like Eli, at 40, I have Emma. Both of those from The Promised Neverland. At 39, I have Papa Winchester. At 38, I have Ellen, also from Supernatural. At 37, I have Katara. At 36, I have Momo. At 35, I have Big Phil from Promised Neverland. At 34, I have Harris Downey. At 33, I have Donnie. At 32, I have Arthur from Inception. At 31, I have Saito from Inception. At 30, I have Suki. At 29, I have Ray. At 28, just like Reek, I have Frenchie. At 27, I have Sunbach from Sense8, of course. And at 26, Mr. Irrelevant for me was Will.
Okay. This is gonna be interesting.
Oh
We
my-
have I think our top 10s will be kind of similar, but
Everything
Oof.
else in between is gonna be interesting.
oh man, this is gonna be a fight, I feel like.
Fuck. Okay,
right,
so
this
I
is gonna be tough.
have my list and I have a document ready to type up our list, our group list.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let me just ask this so we can kind of figure out what we're going to go for 25. What did you guys
Mhm.
put at 25 initially? I guess. Right
I have Most Def Elizabeth.
now? Okay, I have
Okay.
Leto right now at 25.
Oh, okay.
I have Mother's Milk.
Ooh, I think that's too low for Mother's Milk.
I have Mother's Milk a
And-
little bit higher than that.
I have him higher as well.
Okay, I
Um,
can make that argument.
Both of you
Or
guys.
Reek.
Yeah.
Go
sorry.
ahead, Eli.
I was gonna say both of you guys had Elizabeth a little bit lower.
Yes.
But I also have Leto lower, and Tristan I know has higher. So I think
I have
Elizabeth should
Leto
probably be
at
the pick here.
24.
Oh shit.
So I had Leto one above.
Okay, so I'm cool with arguing Leto 24 and giving Most Def 25 because Most Def for me is a fucking awesome character, but I feel
Yeah,
like they didn't
yeah.
give her enough shine in the latter seasons.
I agree.
But the little bit
Yeah, I
we
was-
got of her in season 1 was fucking awesome. And like,
Yeah, the
and what we got of
only
her being
reason-
hardcore was lit too.
Yes, the only reason she didn't make it higher on my list is there just wasn't enough for me to put her higher. Like she
I
was
could see that.
good, but only in such a limited fashion.
See,
You know?
I have a lot of characters in this like 25 to 10 range, 11 range that are very limited on screen but great characters.
That's fair.
So it's going to shake it up a little bit.
Oh, it's gonna be
So
fucking
25. I don't know. I feel like we could put Most Def at 25.
I'm willing to give Elizabeth 25.
Okay.
That's not a terrible
Let's-
25 for me.
Let's do it.
I'm willing to do it. Yes.
Okay, so we got Most
Alright.
Def at 25.
At 24, I know you guys said Leto already, but I have Billy Butcher at 24.
That low.
Billy Butcher.
I do.
I had Billy Butcher higher.
I also had Billy
Like-
Butcher higher.
Okay, then let's go with Leto there.
Yeah.
Where did you remind me where you had Leto, Eli?
I had Leto at 42.
Oh boy. Can I hear your reasoning behind Leto being that low?
I thought, I mean, although he grew as a character, I thought he kind of let Wolfgang take most of his cool stuff. Like he was just kind of a wuss. I don't know. I just kind of thought his character kind of faded for me. The first season I thought he was really good, but the second I thought he kind of faded, like I said.
I see.
So my initial 24 was actually Roku.
Oh wow, that high,
Good
huh?
grief.
Yes, sir.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Let me go see where I have. Let me see where I have.
Did you
Avatar.
even mention him?
I think I have him on here somewhere. I had him at 69.
You made 69. I'll say I had him at 46. So
Yeah, so I don't
I
think
don't-
Roku's cracking top 25. Sadly.
no, I don't think so.
Who you guys have at 24/23 since we haven't?
I had Leto at 24.
Okay, Eli, what did you have at 24?
I had Billy Butcher, but I'm cool with Leto there.
Okay, so we'll push Billy up more.
Yep.
So
Okay.
23 then, since we already put Leto at 24.
23, I have somebody that you guys both already named, and that's Phil. I thought Phil was a clutch character, and I thought he deserved to be in the top 25.
I feel like
Okay.
Phil was a little too limited, but he was fucking clutch though. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
He was, but again,
Like I said,
it's a limited thing.
I
for me.
have some limited stuff,
Yeah.
like I said, so it's going to be interesting for me.
It is. Reek, who did you have at 23 again?
I think I miswrote something on my list, and I think I definitely agree with this placement versus my other placement. So I actually accidentally put Wesley at 29, but I met him at 23.
Okay.
And I think 29 was
Okay.
supposed to be Marcus from Bad Boys.
Oh, okay. See, mine's also
Gotcha.
different because I didn't put any movies. I just put shows.
Yeah.
So mine's a little bit different.
Gotcha.
So 23 was Wesley for
Okay.
me, which I'm very
Okay.
much willing to debate.
I
I-
had Wesley higher than 23.
I had him at 34.
I don't think he's
Or,
higher
35.
than the 20s.
I'd slot him in the 20s. I think that's fair if I had him at
Oh,
35. I mean,
Yes, because my 22
Jeez.
is going to be possibly controversial. So I'd
Mine
say
as
Wesley.
well.
But what was your 23?
I know
Tristan?
my 23 was Norman
what?
What?
from the Promised
in the
Neverland.
20s?
Dude, you can't do that. Tristan.
What?
You can't do
No,
that,
dude. No, he's
What?
higher, man. No, he's
No,
higher.
I'm pulling. No,
You guys
dude.
both had him higher than that?
Yes,
Dude, I don't. Yeah,
significant.
I don't know about Reek, but that man's a top 10 character.
Just out of my top 10. Just out of it though.
Okay.
Really?
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I had Wesley way higher than any of you would ever put him.
Oh God. Where'd you
Oh
have
no.
Wesley at?
Like 2.
No. I'm not
okay.
silly.
Where'd you have
Okay.
Wesley at?
I had Wesley at 9.
Whoa!
shit.
Oh my god.
Okay. Who? Okay.
There's a
if
little
we-
bit of bias to it.
Okay, that's fine. But if we don't put Wesley here, who do we put at 23 then?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know who else we would put. So and if we're gonna argue the limited action kind of thing,
I
I can
think we
see
should
Wesley
put him.
getting knocked down a peg.
Yeah, I think we should
but-
put him here.
I would rather put. I think I would rather put Wesley above Phil, and I would rather slot Phil in at 23.
I gotta see if I have space to slot Phil there.
I would say this is hard too.
Yes,
because we're
okay.
probably gonna have to.
I have
yeah.
one that's a little bullshit that I'm willing to take out to put Phil into my top 25.
Okay.
And he probably should not have been as high as he did, but I think I was ready for meme skis when I made my list. So I'm willing to put Will at 23 if you want Wesley at 22.
You mean Phil?
Yeah, Phil at 23 if you want Wesley at 22.
I'm okay with that. I was gonna say I don't think you had Will anywhere near your top 25.
I said Phil.
I heard Will.
I know, but I heard Will at first.
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
Well,
so Phil at 23, and we're willing to put Wesley at 22.
Yes.
Boy,
Well,
that hurts
mine's a
my
little
soul,
bit
but-
controversial because my 22 was Felix.
You had Felix that high?
Really?
I had him at 22. Wolfgang's buddy.
Yeah, I know. I remember Felix.
Dang.
Yeah.
Felix
What-
ended
where-
up just outside my top 50.
Really?
Oh,
Okay. We can take him out of the top 25. I just thought he was a good friend.
so,
Oh, I love him.
oh man, my 22 is Mother's Milk.
Whoa, really?
Boy.
I had him actually a lot higher. I'm not gonna lie to you.
All right, well,
yeah.
my 22 was Bobby.
Oh, that low? I feel like he's a higher character, man.
Bobby didn't crack my top 25 for me.
Really?
He got 32.
I had
Damn.
Bobby at 22 just because not only do I love Bobby, but he's also super clutch.
That's fair. I was gonna say if you want to put him there, that's fair because Reek had him lower, I had him higher. So if we want to put him kind of in that slot,
I'm down to put Bobby
Are-
there.
Are we okay with Bobby at 22 then?
Yes.
Wait,
No,
wait,
21.
wait. Sorry.
Bobby at 21.
Wait,
21.
Bobby at 21?
Yes.
Okay. So who was everyone's 21?
This is gonna be.
I had
interesting.
Suki. I thought, like I said, I was on the Suki train earlier. I had Suki as a top 21
You're not
character.
gonna like mine.
Okay.
I had Bob Lee at 21.
Whoa.
I feel like the further I got away
Yeah,
from
Bobby.
the shooter, no, I had Bob Lee.
Oh, Donnie. Bob. Whoa, really?
The further I got
At
away from
21?
shooter, I feel like the further and further Bob Lee kept dropping on my favorite characters
Really?
list. Yeah, I was like,
Damn.
he did some cool shit, but man, at the end of the day, he's kind of a generic white meat baby face. But he did some cool shit. And so
I
like,
don't know, man.
I can't have Bob Lee that low. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
he's higher for me.
all right, I will give you Bob Lee higher if you slot one of my guys into the top 25.
Oh no, who?
Okay.
I had
So,
Bartosh one higher.
Okay, yeah, I'm down.
Where'd you
Bartosh.
have Bartosh?
20.
I had Bartosh at 29, so I'm totally cool with that.
And Reek, you had him at 20?
Yes, sir.
Hold on. Eli, who was your 21?
I had Suki at 21.
Okay, I had Bowser at 21.
Damn, that's
Fuck.
shit.
Bowser's good too.
I had Bowser at 33, and that's a little bit lower. I'd rather put Bartosh or Suki if we decide to make that choice.
I definitely.
But if
think
we're gonna
put-
that's Bartosh's spot.
But if we
'Cause I
do
just-
put
yeah,
Bowser,
wow.
if we put Bowser in the top 25, then I want him here, so those characters are higher.
Do we want to bump ski someone that we've already put?
If we're gonna bump skis anybody, it would be Elizabeth because she's 25, right?
I could argue bump skis Leto for Bowser.
I could see that.
For Bowser?
Yes.
I mean, I had Bowser over Leto, so if you wanted to do that, that's fine by me.
So we're saying most deaf over Leto.
Yes.
Also, we apologize. This probably isn't the most entertaining content. We're just kind of trying to figure out our list. So, I mean, you can totally skip past and look at our list.
Fights will get worse. Don't worry.
Yeah. These are the easy fights.
These
This is where we're going to be willing to bargain. The top
Yeah.
15, not so much.
I have Bartosz end up at 70.
What?
That's
Dude, he was a
disrespectful,
great character.
bro. Oh my!
He did nothing.
You fucking
Don't
bitch.
say that. Old Bartosz was a beast.
Dude, Bartosz literally put his
He
nuts
had kids.
in.
All he did was have
He
kids.
put his
Ended up being
nuts in
crucial.
the.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone had kids that were crucial.
No, but Bartosz was clutch the whole time, dude. Oh my!
It's a 2v1 discussion anyway, man. Bartosz makes the top
Lito's
25.
fucking out for Bowser, and we're putting Bartosz here.
At 21, at 20?
This is 21, I think. No, is it?
Well, I think it's
You
at
have
20.
the list, right?
Yeah, this is 20. This is 20. Yeah.
Well,
Oh my.
my
goodness.
20, which is probably going to get kicked, is Appa. I thought Appa was clutch and a good character, even though he didn't really have much character.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So
Appa just can't be that high for me. I love Appa.
I understand. I was actually surprised to see him at 20 for me. I forgot, so I'm okay with him not being in the top 25.
Yeah, let's get Bartosz in here. Let's get Lito the fuck up out of here.
Okay, Reek, who was your 20?
Bartosz.
Okay, my 20 was Solotov.
I have him a little bit higher.
I have him nowhere in my top 25.
Really?
No.
Really?
He was 33 for me.
I feel okay. I mean, I feel like he's okay slotted here then, because I won't give it away, but I mean, I will. He was at 15 for me, so that's not too much of a jump. I guess once we get higher on the list, it is a big jump, but I do have him at 15.
So my thing with Solotov being here is that, again, it comes down to some of the limited stuff, because he and his exit just wasn't even that like special or anything, you know.
I'd agree with that.
Like at the end of the show, Bob Lee went on this whole big thing to go get Red Bama, but like when Solotov disappeared, it wasn't even like in season 1 when they finished off whoever. That was more of a big deal. But like when Solotov died, it wasn't much of a big deal. They acted like he wasn't supposed to be one of the biggest bad guys of the show, you know?
Yes.
No, I could see that. Yeah. I don't know, Reek, are you willing to put him in the top 25? Because me and Tristan both will.
He was a good villain in his own. Like, he was a good character, and he was played very well. Now, Eli and I may have some of this bias towards his actor because we've seen him on other things.
Yeah, true.
And he's really good as an actor.
Yeah,
he's really, really good.
I'm willing to put him here because you guys said you both have him higher or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I just thought he was such a good, like when they did his backstory and stuff and how he was the sniper, the Russian sniper, the ghost, like not daddy, but he is a ghost. And then when they were doing like the nurse thing, when he was like the nurse, like undercover and stuff, that was kind of dope. I don't know. I just really liked his character. He played so many different roles.
I have a lot of the same issues Tristan has. Time. I also have the issue of they kind of fucked his mystique by having him get jabronied like he did.
Yeah.
They
that's
really
true.
had him get jabronied. And like that kind of fucked his mystique a lot. If it was a 1v1 sniper battle to end it, like it was some COD shit, Solotov would definitely got a bigger bump. But because of that, he kind of faltered for me. But I'm willing to slot him in at 19.
Okay.
At 19.
Well, my 19 isn't going to make your guys' top 25. I have the Deep at 19 because he's such an entertaining character. I loved the Deep. So, I'm
sorry. Where did I put the Deep? He ended up at 79.
He was my 44.
Holy shit. Yeah. I didn't expect him to make your guys' top 25. I just love the Deep. So
top 25 is a very tight list. That
it is. No, I agree.
Yeah. So I can't let the Deep in. My 19.
So Reek.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say
my 19 was Sokka at 19.
Damn, I had him lower. I didn't enjoy Sokka that much.
Okay. I had Sokka a little bit higher. Not by much, but a little bit.
So, are we willing to supplement Sokka at 18?
Yes, because I know you guys are going to torch me for my 19.
Oh, no. I mean, I think you guys are going to torch me for my 18, so.
All right, so Sokka at 18, correct?
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Wait, Sokka at 19 or 18?
18. 18.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. My 19 was Matt Murdock.
Wow.
Pussy.
Holy damn, dude. You got him and Norman that low? He's higher for me.
Your top is going to be some bullshit, and I'm not going to be here for it. I already know there's going to be like
I know at least one that will get kicked from my top 10.
You probably won't make
So-
it to the top 25.
Yeah, probably.
Motherfucker. If it's Will, I swear to
no,
God.
dude.
I put Will at 26. No, I
Okay.
put Will at
If it's
26.
Riley, I swear to fucking God.
She was 40 something, dog.
I don't fucking care. What do you want to care? I don't care.
Well, so since we just did 18, my 18 was Billy Butcher.
Okay, I'm cool with slotting him there because I had him lower.
Okay, so we're on
So-
we're on 18. You said
Didn't we just
Yes.
put Sokka at 19?
18.
18.
We put him at 18.
17.
Sokka was at 8. So yeah, Sokka was at 18, and so my 18 was Billy Butcher.
My
I feel-
18
yeah.
was Huey.
I didn't have him in my top 25. I don't know that I had him in my top
Actually-
50.
I didn't have him in my top 50 either.
I think I just kind of not forgot about him, but he just wasn't relevant enough for my mental capacity.
I will let Huey take the bum skis there.
My 18 was Frenchie. Actually, my 17 is the one that I said was going to be controversial. 18 was Frenchie. I think you guys both had him lower.
So where'd you have Billy
I had
at,
Frenchie
Eli?
at 28.
I had him at 24.
And where'd you have him, Tristan?
18.
I have him at like 12. So I'm willing to put
what was your
Billy
question?
here. What's up?
Billy,
Yeah.
17.
Yeah, I'm willing to put Billy at the 17 slot.
I think what this list might have to do is we might have to just kind of go in order like this, because when we get to 1, we're going to be at 0 if we continue like this. So Elizabeth might be kicked off at the end, but we'll mock up this list.
I just
and then
knocked off Huey off mine in general.
Yeah,
And
Yeah, and I'm gonna
my
have
next
I'm
one-
gonna have one that's probably gonna kicked off.
my next one's getting kicked off too. So
oh, mine's
I think
not.
my 16 I think is what's getting kicked off, which is totally
Well,
fine.
We're at 17, right?
on
we
our
just-
list
we
or
just
on,
slotted-
on the big list or our list?
Our list.
Yes.
Okay.
but
This
we
one
just,
you guys
we
used-
just slotted at the 17, right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I'm cool if you guys want to put this guy higher because I think you guys like this guy a little bit more. I had Kingpin at 17.
17.
Wow.
Yeah, I just didn't enjoy him as much as you guys.
No, I'm sorry. He's higher.
I would say if that's
He's
cool if
definitely
you guys
higher.
think that. I don't think that. I think he was okay. I thought he was a good character. I did not think he was top 10 or close to it.
What? My man Kingpin was running the show.
Yeah, he just wasn't really entertaining. Like, I don't know. I was glad when he went to prison and didn't really come back season 2.
I get what you're saying, but yeah, I still got him a little bit higher than that.
That's fine.
higher.
If you guys
Alright.
both did, you guys can slot him higher. That's just where I had him.
Okay.
Reek, what'd you have at 17?
Again, I think I was a little meme skis when I made this. I put the bug at 17.
Oh my god.
So the bug is not cutting it. So I'd already. That's
No.
why I said he's gone. So like I said, I knew a
Yeah.
couple of mine were gonna be kicked off the list.
The
So
bug.
he's gone. Skis.
The bug. Special shout out to the bug who speaks all the languages of love. That dude is dope. Oh, okay.
So do we have anybody at 16?
Have we all said our 17s? Who?
Yes.
My 17. Well,
Oh,
no, I
sorry.
haven't. I'm sorry if you all hate me for this one again. My 17 was Marta.
Dude.
Get the fuck.
Okay,
no,
you know-
fuck off. Like no, I'm not gonna entertain that one. No,
I don't.
I
I don't know
I
about that
have
one.
two. I have two ahead of her that are probably gonna get bumped. Which okay, I have 3 ahead of her that.
You have
You guys
3 that are gonna
bumped.
get completely bump skied.
But just thinking about what you guys are thinking, at least one of them may get bumped. Well, actually, my next one will probably get bumped, which I'm fine with, but we'll see. And then another 1 or 2 may get bumped down.
One of mine's getting bumped as well, and it's one of my top 10s. I'm not happy about it, but fuck it, whatever.
One of my top 13 is 100% getting bumped, but
So what is? So we've done our 17s. Did we put
Yep.
someone at 16?
No.
no.
Okay,
So we have
pretty much-
room.
So who's your guys' 16s?
I have Papa Winchester at 16.
Okay.
Wow.
I had Mike Lowry at 16
Mike Lowry?
from Bad Boys 2. Will Smith.
Oh, Bad Boys 2.
Oh. See, yeah, that's different for me. I don't have movie characters, so I think he's a good character, but
I just didn't. I mean, yeah, I didn't have Mike as high. Obviously, where did I have Mike? I had him at 42.
I was gonna say I'd probably put him somewhere around there.
Who's your 16, Tristan?
I had Robbie Amell.
Oh my god, dude.
Okay, muscle. Even me, I'm a muscle man stan.
Yeah.
And he was at 46.
Yeah, no.
That's not gonna cut it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Where'd you guys have Pop?
He might get bumped.
Are you having Pops Winchester a little bit higher then?
I
had him at 39.
Oh shit. Okay.
I had him at 39. I'm sorry, buddy.
Do we kind of want to leave that blank and kind of move on?
I say go to our 15s and see what we got.
Yeah, that's fine. Because again, Papa Winchester was another one of those where it was kind of some of the longevity thing for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are getting to the point where I'm probably only gonna bump skis one person off of this next little bit.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a tough.
So we're ladies and gentlemen, we're into the top 15.
No, it's 16, but our top 15s.
Right.
You're right.
So I had Norman at 15.
Really, Adam higher. But since Tristan didn't, I'm okay with dropping him lower because that's about an average.
But okay, before I do that, I want to hear what Tristan has for 15. What you guys have for 15 before I make a decision. Because I could have him
Big
higher.
Pun
At 15.
What? No.
I had him at 15.
No way.
No, dude, I can't do that at 15, man.
I have bias. I'm sorry. I have bias on this character, which is why mine's going to be higher. But he's not a 15 character, Tristan.
I have him a couple more slots up.
Okay, now, hear me out. I can see him getting bumped up on my list specifically because I can see a couple people getting bumped down. And I think one of them already did get bumped down. But that's where I had him in my list. And don't get me wrong, I can see the argument for the Big Pun making it higher. So I'm willing to throw Big Pun a little bit higher on the list.
Okay.
We just need to figure out where.
Yeah, before I make that decision, what was your 15, Eli?
My 15 was Patrice Tyrone Marco Solotov.
You had Solotov at your 15?
I did have Solotov at my 15.
Gotcha.
So it doesn't matter.
So I have Norman, and then Tristan has fucking Big Pun.
I had Big Pun.
So where'd you have Norman, Tristan? Because I have Norman.
I had Norman at 23.
I'm okay with putting Norman here then.
Where'd you put Norman?
So is this?
I had him at 11.
I'm willing to do Norman here then.
So would Norman be at 16 or 15?
Yes, he'd be 16.
16.
16.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm very okay with putting.
We're also subject to going down and switching shit. Like,
oh yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. You can screen share at the end of this, and we can kind of look at it.
Yeah.
So moving on to 14 on our lists, or is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have Mother's Milk at 14.
Did we already put MM on here or no? We haven't put.
I think we put him at like 20 something. We didn't?
Did we?
No,
I don't think so.
No, we MM kept getting pushed up.
That's right. Reek, where did you have MM?
I had MM at 22, but I said I was willing to go higher.
I had MM at 25, but he can go a bit higher for me. I mean, I'm cool.
I don't know if 15's too high.
I'd rather have his run end here because my 14 is probably higher on your guys' list. My 14 was Sam.
Oh.
He's a little bit higher on my list.
I was going to say, I also have him a little bit higher.
So I'm going to do MM here and then Sam a little bit.
Okay.
Hold on. I would honestly like to make an argument for Norman over MM.
I have Norman over MM on my list, so I'm okay with this.
I also have Norman over MM on my list.
So let's slot Norman in that 15 and then put MM at 16.
Yeah,
sure.
Okay, I'm down for that.
Okay, so recap.
We're at 13. Yeah, we're at
Eli,
13.
what'd you have at 14?
I had Mother's Milk.
Okay, I had Sokka at 14.
Well, we already slotted him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm cool with slotting him down there then. Okay. 13, I know is going to get kicked. I had Donnie up there just because of the memes.
Yeah, see, I think we all slipped the meme skis in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. My
Yeah, we definitely
spotters.
Yeah, but I have to give
Donnie.
Donnie the bump there because of what my 13 is. I have Big Pun at 13.
Damn, dude. I just like I said, it's
this up.
I ha-
There's one person. Well, okay, one person already got bumped off, and then there's one person
Mhm.
I'm willing to argue about to see if he could get higher. So let me hear Tristan's 13.
okay.
My 13 was Aang.
Dude,
Fuck
come
no.
on. I didn't have him in my top 50, so
I can't do Aang in the top 25 at all.
no, he's such a terrible
I-
character.
Okay, I had him in there just because of like how crucial he is, how powerful he
care.
is.
His character sucks.
Yeah, dude, I'd put fucking
I mean, yeah.
like 27,000
I-
people ahead of him.
I'm putting Katara
Aang-
in front
Aang
of him.
can
I'm
get the
putting
bump
Toph in
skis.
front of him. I'm
Aang
putting
can get the
Roku in
bump
front of him.
skis.
Yeah.
No, okay, let's not get carried away here.
I
So
did put Roku in front of him.
yeah, no, I'm cool. I did too. I'm cool with putting Punisher outside the top 10.
But you
But
want him a little bit
dude, it's
higher?
hard because I've seen it, man, and it's hard because I have the bias. So honestly, I'll let you guys make that decision because I have unfair, not recency bias, but like I've watched his
Okay,
show.
This
So
is 14.
Well, this is 14.
Yes.
I'm cool at
I mean,
slotting
yeah,
him
I had-
inside 12. I'm cool at slotting him inside 12 because personally, I have him way too high to knock off that average.
Okay.
Because I had Big Pun at 15.
I think I'm willing to go a little bit higher
feel
because
like-
one of my guys will drop probably.
I'm willing to go as high as like 13 on Big Pun.
Okay, so we said your 13 was Aang, right? And then
Yep.
my 13 was Big Pun, and your 13 was Donnie. What's our 12s
Mm-hmm.
then? Because my 12's already been slotted.
I have Bobby.
Oh yeah, he got slotted too.
He
I
did he get
had-
slotted? Okay.
Yeah, I had Sam
I had Billy.
Okay.
at 12.
I'd be
Okay.
cool with putting Big Pun over Sam. I have Sam at 10. So
So where are we at on our big list?
Our big list, this is still 14.
14. Boy, ooh, I feel like we could put Sam there.
for those of you that
I
are
did-
somehow watching this on Spotify, please go to YouTube because this will be way more interesting.
We'll have a list for you.
yeah.
I
And
had
timestamps.
I had Sam at my 14. So
Okay.
I'm definitely fine with
I
slotting
had
Sam
Sam
there.
at 12.
I'm cool with
So-
slotting Slam there.
Okay.
I can drop Sam a little bit, yeah.
And we can come back to that one in a minute if we need to.
Yes.
So we'll put Sam at 14 for now.
Okay.
So
Okay.
13 and
Okay.
we're at like what? We said
We're at-
12.
We're at 12 on our list.
Yeah,
and I
so
said
I
that
said-
mine's,
We're
Yeah, 12. So you said Bobby.
mine's Bobby Singer.
I
Yeah.
said Billy.
I had
Billy.
Sam.
Okay. So now we're at 11s.
Billy
Mhm.
Butcher and Sam. Okay. Yeah. Damn.
So all three of our 12s have been slotted.
Right.
I think my 11 could go higher, and I'm willing to go higher, but we'll have to see. I had Azula
I
at 11.
think
Oh, that's a good one. I just didn't have her even in my top 50.
wow,
I kind
I
of
just didn't even really rank
I kind
her.
of forgot about her. She's a top 25 character. I'd give you that.
All right, yeah.
She's
I don't know that I'd put her that high, but at least top 20. I mean, top 25. If I'd be okay with the, I don't know, 18 to 25 range.
Who would we bump skis up or down? I guess, okay, where would we slot her in? Because we have Mos Def, Bowser, Phil, Wesley, Bobby, Bartosz, Solotov, Sokka, Billy, Mother's Milk, Norman, and Sam. I'm willing to do-
man.
I'd put her below Sokka personally.
I put him below Sokka, but above Solotov.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That's why it works.
I'm okay with that. She's a better bad guy than Solotov is.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'd agree.
So now we're at 25.
So where does that put Azula?
So let me check. 25, 24. 18 for Azula.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to say
Okay,
18
so
to 25.
Sokka
works.
jumps down to 17. Okay,
No,
so
Sokka-
now we're on to what, 12?
Yes, 12.
I already,
Sorry, go ahead.
I just named my 12 of
Well,
Bobby.
no, we're 12 on our general list.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
We're on 11 because I said Azula at 11.
Okay.
Okay.
My 11 was Norman.
We already slotted Norman.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. I'm
Tristan?
just.
I had Dean.
Wow. Holy shit. I can't give you him there.
give you him there. He's got to at least be top 10.
I'm willing to move him higher, especially because I know how my 10 through 6 is gonna go.
Oh no. Okay,
No,
yeah. So
dude.
we're gonna hold Dean off.
Yep.
My 10, I had Homelander. That's not happening. So
I had Sam.
I had Kingpin.
I can do Kingpin right here.
Did we? Okay. If we want to slot Kingpin, that's fine. At 11.
Yeah, because I know Eli. You said you
Okay.
didn't have him that high.
I had him at 17, so it's really not that much of a difference. But
I had him at 7, so I can do Kingpin here.
okay, that's about
So
average.
this puts
That works.
Kingpin at what, 12 or 11?
11.
I thought this was 12.
Or is it 12? Okay, 12.
Okay.
Yeah, 12.
I'll start the number 9 just because I know he's getting the boot. I don't remember
you
if
say
we
your
already
10
slotted
though?
him or not. I said Kingpin.
Okay.
Yeah. My number 9 is not sticking up here. I had Wesley.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Not for me.
Okay. My 9 is Dean. But
Damn,
where we're
dude.
at right now, I'm not gonna put Dean outside the top 10.
I have Matt Murdock at 9.
I had Matt Skis a little bit higher.
I
I know
would
Tristan
not.
didn't, so that's the thing.
I had him at 19.
Oh, dude, I wouldn't put Matt outside the top 10 though. I mean, I'm cool with putting him 10, but anything lower, I don't see it.
So we'll pass on Matt and we'll see what else we have here.
We have Matt
So
and Dean in the rafters.
we're looking for 11 right now, right?
Yeah, we're looking for an 11.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, this is gonna be tough.
Dude, there's
Boy, what'd you guys have at 8?
I had Toph at 8.
Oh, dude, I didn't even have her
okay.
in my top 25.
Really?
All right,
Yeah.
I had Toph higher.
Damn. I mean, I'm cool with putting Toph because she was a badass, but I don't know.
I'm down for
So
Toph
you
at
want to
11.
put Toph at 11?
Yeah, I'm down for Toph
Boy,
at 11.
howdy.
Okay,
Oh,
that
gosh,
works.
that's tough, dude.
Since Eli had her out,
I'm cool.
but we had her so high.
I'm cool with Toph 11.
And then Matt
I'm
10.
cool with Matt 10. And then since I guess you
Okay.
guys both had Dean after, we can put Dean there,
So
but
then Dean
I don't
9
like it.
officially.
Dean at 9.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Well,
Um,
Eli, what'd you have for 8?
I guess so.
No,
For
Eli,
8,
what'd you have for 8?
I had Bob Lee at 8.
Oh my God,
You
probably
had
hasn't even got
Bob-
slotted,
Bob
has
Lee.
he?
No,
Yeah,
I had
I'm putting
Bob
Dean over
Lee.
Bob Lee. I don't know. Where'd you have
I
Bob Lee?
don't know. Reek, what was your 8?
I already put Toph.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
yeah. My number 8 was season 1 Coffeeus.
No.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get outta here.
No.
Get out of here.
What?
No.
No, he was
Dude,
He didn't.
hold-
he
no.
was
He didn't make my list.
47. He's 47 on my list.
Season 1
No.
Coffeeus
Yes.
went
No, dude,
crazy.
he was just
No.
happy. That's it. His whole character was just
Dog,
happy.
he
Who
fought off
could
the
he beat?
entire-
That was Sun, not Coffeeus.
Don't
Tristan,
care. Season 1
tell me-
Coffeeus, baby.
Tell me
No.
one person that could get bumped off this list right now for Coffee's. I'm not bumping anyone off this list, man.
Same.
I'm not saying we could per se, but I had him in there. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he's gone. Fuck him. If Homelander's gone.
Yeah, I
You're
think-
fuck Coffee's then. If Homelander's already off the table. So we're still at 8. So we said
Yeah.
So we said move Dean to 8 and Bob Lee to 9.
Well, we haven't
Yes.
discussed that
Well,
yet. I had Bob Lee higher.
Where'd you have Bob Lee?
I'm gonna be honest. I had him at 4.
I mean, I originally had him top 5, so
And he didn't even crack
That's-
my top 25 though.
see, I
no, he
originally had
did.
him
I think it
top
was like
5, and
22.
I have Dean in the top 5, so I want Dean ahead of Bob Lee.
I will move Dean to 8 for Bob Lee at 9.
Oh
Okay.
If we're willing
boy!
to do that.
Wow.
This is intense.
Oh, it feels so weird. It feels so weird. But okay, so Dean at 8, Bob Lee at 9. Holy
Yes.
crap! I know my 7's not gonna stick.
Dude,
Oh
again?
God.
Yeah, I had my man from Train to Busan
Dude,
Oh my god,
at number
at
7.
7?
dude, what is up with you?
At
What is?
7, my man
Come on, man.
was just a great character.
That's just kind of wild to me.
He did so much for that storyline, and he was
Oh
just dope.
man.
I'm
sorry.
He did so much for me, in my eyes. He did just like way too much.
He was just
We
outside
can-
of my 25.
He was just too
but
overpowered.
I can't put
I
him
was
that
gonna
high.
say, I can possibly put him at 25 if you want to argue that later, but I'm not putting him inside the top 10. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, no. Can't do
Okay.
that, King.
Oh, my 7 was Martha.
My 7's already
Oh,
gone
I
in
forgot I
Kingpin.
wasn't put her yet.
I have
forgot
Marta
I
at 6.
had Marta.
So
Okay.
I could do Marta at
Oh,
7.
I had Marta. Yeah, I had Marta at 17.
Yeah, fuck you, dude.
Oh yeah, let's
Stupid
put
fucking
Martha.
coffeeist, but you want to put Marta that low? Fuck off.
Facts,
Suck
dude.
my dick.
Oh, facts.
Look, no, look,
No,
look.
fuck you.
Hey, man, look. All
Oh.
I'm saying, it made sense to me.
No, it
all right,
didn't. I could put Marta here at I think it's 7.
I can handle that. I feel like, yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so then we're at our 6s then. Because I just said mine was Marta,
Yes.
so what's your guys' 6?
I
Toph.
have Wolfgang.
Tristan, what about you at 6?
I had Toph.
Toph, yeah.
Let's
you have,
wait.
And Reek, what'd you have?
I had Marta there. The Marta was my 6.
Oh right.
So I had Wolfgang at 5.
I
Okay.
have Wolfgang at 4, so I want to give him a little bum skis.
Yeah, I mean we can slot him in at 5, but actually I have Frank Castle still on my list, so that would slot Wolfgang up 1 for me if we're not doing that.
Did we already slot Big Pun?
That's Frank Castle.
Holy shit,
Yes.
Big Pun's snuck in.
I'm sorry, Big Pun is Big Pun's not
Has he
even
snuck in?
15 for me.
Yeah, we kind of forgot. I'd put Big Pun in between.
Maybe 9.
In between. I could do him.
I would put him below Bob Lee. I'm
between
sorry.
Toph and Matt. I could do him between Toph and Matt.
Where's Toph
So
at 11?
I think Toph's 11. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Big Pun over Toph.
I'd put Big Pun over Toph at 11 or at 10 or whatever.
It would be at 11 because you guys wanted Matt in the top 10.
I think Matt is 10. Yeah. So Big Pun would be
For
11.
Big Pun being my number 3.
Fuck, dude, that's tough.
I will be okay with slotting him.
I don't like how Reek and I both had Toph in the top 10, and she's not even in there.
You gotta work it out.
You got to make sacrifices.
Yeah.
It's tough, dude.
So what is this?
Like,
This is
like we said,
12. Okay.
we can reorganize.
Is this
Okay, but
so? Martha moves up to 6
Wolfgang-
then,
Yeah,
yeah.
and so this is 5.
this is 5.
So are we gonna put Wolfgang at 5?
Possibly. We can argue it because
my 4 is gone.
Who's
my
your 4?
3 and my 2 are gone.
My 1, 2,
So-
3, and 4 are still here.
Okay. I have 2 out of my top 4. Actually, 3 out of my top 5.
3 are still here.
Okay.
My top 3 are still there. My 5 is Wolfgang.
My 4 was
Okay.
Wolfgang.
My 6 was Wolfgang, so I'm okay with slotting him at 5.
That's the thing. That's perfect.
I mean, that
spot.
average is right at 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wolfgang.
Okay,
my
my
5
4 was Bob Lee.
Well, we haven't even gone to 5. My 5,
What was your 5,
Sorry.
Eli?
because my 5 was Jonas.
Whoa, dude.
I had
And
Jonas higher.
I did too.
That's okay if we want to slot him higher because I have 2 guys that already went, which would slot Jonas at 3.
Okay, yeah. Let's.
I had Jonas at 3.
Okay, let's not get there yet. Let's not get there yet. So we're at 5. We already said our 5s. I had Maddie. You had Wolfie, and then what'd you have, Tristan, at 5?
I had Wolfie at 5.
Oh,
Eli had him at 6.
I had Okay, Eli, what'd you have at 5?
But we said Wolfgang
I
at 5.
had I had Jonas at 5, Wolfgang at
Okay.
6.
For 4.
So we got Wolfgang at 5.
Who do you guys have at 4? Because I already had Wolfgang gone.
I had Bob Lee.
Okay, he's gone.
Well,
I
without
know.
2 of them, Dean Winchester and Big Frank, Zuko would be my number 4. Yeah. But he would be my number 2 on the list. Like on our big list. So if I were to eliminate Dean and Frank.
Hold on. So all of a sudden we're without a number 4.
Yeah, so that means either everyone's getting a bump ski and someone's getting moved into the top. Okay, well, let's fill this out first and let's get there. All right.
Okay.
Well, hold on, because we gotta have our 25 through 2 before we all announce number 1.
Of course, but that means at the pace we're going, that means someone is getting a bump up into the top 25.
Right. And everyone's getting moved up 1.
Yeah.
So let me present some ideas for a bump into 25 that we've possibly talked about. Leto could emerge back into the top 25.
Yeah, we've argued it, so.
You guys also talked about the possibility of my boy, the Tank Man.
No, I'm good, man.
Fuck.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, man.
I was considering it.
I was also considering it.
I think, would we be willing to argue between Leto and him for number 25 and bump everyone else
okay.
up 1?
Yeah.
So I know, Eli, you said you didn't care for Leto as much, especially in season 2, because he fell off a little bit.
I did.
I had Leto at 25, so that works perfectly for me.
I had Leto at 24, so I'm cool with it.
I
also had the Tank Man.
Man, it's hard. I'm really good with either. Leto was on my list, but I didn't do movies. But I don't think Tank Man would have. I don't know. Tank Man was sick. But I'm gonna put Leto as my vote.
Do we want to put Leto at 25?
Yes, sir. Leto at 25.
Sorry, I'm gonna.
Leto at 25. Leto. That's fine.
My computer keeps lagging. I apologize.
It's all good. So we're back to 3 on the overall list.
Well, I have Big Pun. At 3, like I said. So.
Okay, so we just eliminate everything that we've used so far. The next highest character for me is Iroh.
Ooh. I had Jonas. Literally at my 3, I had Jonas.
What'd you have, Eli, as your next highest?
As my next highest that hasn't been mentioned as Iroh. But my next highest would also be number 1. So
I thought, okay, you said, where's Jonas on yours?
My Jonas was at 5 for me.
So yeah, I mean, like, what's left of you on your list to mention? Because like
Jonas, Zuko, Iroh.
So those are the 3. It's what's
those
order.
are my top 3.
Me too.
Right.
Same.
So it's what order at this point?
So we're just gonna argue the top order. It's so hard.
At 3. I had Jonas at 3.
I would personally put Jonas at 3.
I had Iroh at 3.
In my top 25, I had Jonas at 3.
Okay. Hear me out. Okay. Jonas at fuck, dude. Jonas at 3 is a good choice, but I think he can move up to 2. I think Iroh.
I don't see how.
I don't either.
I think Iroh was missing most of book 3. And I think book 1 Iroh being a sexual assaultist could drop him a few points.
Oh my god!
When he was ready to be all over the chick with the licky tongue. Yeah, June. Is there any way we could get Jonas to?
I think that was my boy. I think that was my boy Iroh shooting half court shots. He was pulling Dane shots.
I think that's shooting him right into the prison.
I am not slotting Jonas over Iroh and Zuko.
I can't
Sorry.
do it.
That's two against 1, man.
There's no way I can convince you guys.
No, there's no way.
It's fine, dude. No. I'll take him at 3.
I'm sorry.
I'll take him at 3,
Jonas
but
has to be 3.
2 has to be Iroh.
It's hard because I put Iroh.
Did you also have Iroh above Zuko?
I did. Did you? Did you, Tristan?
Yes.
Oh my god.
My 3 was Jonas. My 2 was Zuko.
Yeah, I would personally put Iroh over Zuko just because of how cool he is. But
he's literally just so good.
I get that he's kind of not a main character. So if we're going the Zuko route, I don't know.
I think I love Iroh, but he didn't grow. Like, that's the thing that puts
there was
Iroh
nothing
lower.
to grow to.
That's my point.
Like, there's no story of Iroh's growth, really. Like,
because that's why he has to get it lower.
I don't.
Because the only bit of literally development we got for Iroh was fucking Little Soldier Boy, the song. And that's it.
Iroh was just
the rest of it was being Zuko's mentor.
Iroh, the things Iroh did throughout this show. Have I ever told you why they call me the Dragon of the West?
Okay, that's cool enough, but he didn't
on!
shoot rainbow flames with dragons.
Dude, the straight emotion that Iroh gave me was just uncanny, dude.
The whole time. Anytime he's on the screen, you just know you're about to get hit with some knowledge.
Yeah.
Or he's going to crack a hilarious joke.
Honestly, I think more people would probably agree with Reek in this.
But it doesn't matter about that. It's us.
But it doesn't matter.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. This is a fair debate, in all honesty.
Yeah, I had Iroh as my number one.
I had Iroh as my number one. I don't... And now, Reek, your argument for the development of Zuko is huge. I think that's the biggest argument for it right now, because we see that journey of Zuko from season 1, lost, confused, and just not understanding things, to the end of the series when Zuko is blossomed. He's turned a new leaf. He just understands things now.
I would also argue, on top of that, Iroh's whole goal at this point in his career was to make sure Zuko reached his maximum potential, right?
Correct.
And so I feel like he wants Zuko to be the superior version of him, which I'm not counting later development, which I, sadly can't use for this argument. Or else I feel
we didn't watch Korra.
Yeah. Because then you would see he does become that advanced version of Iroh.
I'd agree. But honestly, if we watch Korra 2, I'd probably say Zuko might be number 1, but we didn't.
Oh, yeah.
But like by the end, when he becomes Fire Lord, I feel
know,
like Zuko really did make such a leap, and you see him really rule the kingdom, and you still get the badass side of Zuko at the end when he tells fucking Zulon, or whatever the fuck that dude's name was. What's my man's name? Whatever. Ozai. Yeah. My bad. Ozai. He tells Ozai, "You're gonna show me where my fucking mom is, dude." Like, that shit was really like bone chilling when you know that Zuko means business now. Like, you're not my dad. You're a piece of information. And like,
they're both great characters.
I feel like you saw more range from Zuko.
Well, he had such a low point to begin with. Iroh was just the top of his game. I mean, his top was higher than Zuko's top still.
I don't mean just from that. I mean like emotional range of like actor performance. Like, you get super duper sad to just enraged to calm and collected to in love to feeling doubted about himself. And like, I don't know, I just feel like Zuko has so many moments where you can just see him. Like the moment where he's with the Earth Tribe girl, and you see him like he doubts himself. He's like, I can't do this.
Scar?
Yeah. What? Who?
Wait. Oh, you're talking about
the date in Boss and Say. Yeah. When he's there with her, and you see him like, he's like, I can't, love's not meant for me. I can't do this to you after everything my people's done. And you see him going through that reconciliation moment. And it's like, I don't know. I feel more heartfelt connection to Zuko that way.
See, and I think me and Tristan both feel the other way.
I get exactly what you're saying. Well, I get exactly. Well, here's the thing. I'm not disagreeing with what Reek is saying. The thing with Iroh, and I refuse to take away points from Iroh for them already having him gone through his journey by the time we get to the show, because the journey in the show is for Zuko. And you're right. Iroh's role is to help him through that journey, and his whole goal is to help Zuko become who he does become. But he's so crucial in that role. I mean, now we have the argument from both sides when Zuko leaves Iroh, and then we get like Zuko alone, which of course is one of the best episodes of that whole show, for many reasons.
Oh yeah.
But then to when they reunite, and we get Zuko, he's like, "I'm so sorry," blah blah blah, and Iroh once again hitting us with it. He goes, I knew you would come around. I knew you would begin to see.
Yeah.
And we're just like, man, he then knew about this. he's
Yeah.
all these things, and then I'm not. I also refuse to take points away from them having to write Iroh in the show less because Mako passed away.
Yeah.
I refuse to take points away from that.
But you
I was going
or
to say that
because
as
of
well.
that.
But
I
it's-
can't.
that's not
I don't have it in me to do that. It doesn't take
That's
away
not
from
his
how
character.
great of a character Iroh
Yeah,
is.
but
Right.
you have
Exactly.
to,
Right.
But you have to take what they gave you. You know,
Right, but that's not his character. That's just his voice actor. That's an outside
that's
the
fine,
show
but
kind
the
of thing.
character wasn't around for that season.
I
Regardless
mean,
of what's
until
going
the
on,
end,
the character was barely around for that season.
he was doing the Thor in the prison though.
I think what we've
I-
reached is
Was.
that there's nothing I could do to make it happen. So the consensus vote is Zuko 2, and taking away getting the winner chicken dinner, getting the victory
You know.
royale himself, the winner of the battle royale, is Iroh from Avatar:
Honestly,
Last Airbender.
if Tristan is on my side with this, I'm cool with doing co-winners.
I don't want to do co's.
Okay.
Even as
Then
it's
as
Iroh.
the baby.
Co-winners for this big of an award.
Yeah, I gotta go Iroh. I can accept it. I can accept it. Yeah, so we'd like to announce, after a fierce battle of 50 plus characters from multiple different shows, multiple different timelines, the winner is the sage himself, the master of mysteries, the dragon of the north. My man's just got the info no matter what you need. He's got that tea when you got it. He'll meet you in the back, sell you some tea leaves, make you roll them shits up in a blunt, smoke them. It's motherfucking Iroh, aka the General. And I can't be upset with that, man. Can't be upset with that. He's a fucking
They're
beast.
great characters.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That top 10, dude, full of nothing but
Uh-huh.
studs.
Yeah.
Can we recap the top 10 real fast?
I was gonna say, do you mind pulling up your screen for us?
I
I was
cannot
gonna say,
pull
it'll
up screen
be-
for you.
what's up?
But I can read it to you.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you said
Let's
the
start with 10.
Tenskis?
Mm-hmm.
Rolling out our Tenskis is
Yeah.
tough.
Okay.
Top 10. 9 would
I
be
think that's deserving. I would have
9
been
would be
sad if
Big
Dark
Pun.
was not in the top 10.
Okay.
8 would be Matt Murdock.
All right.
7 would be Bob Lee. 6 would be Dean. 5 would be Martha. 4 would be Wolfgang. 3 would be Jonas. 2 would be Zuko. And number 1, once again, the king would be Iroh.
You know, I'm actually pretty content with that
That's
list.
a very fucking good list, to be honest.
I'm content with that overall. I think the people in the top 10 are all very deserving to be in the top 10. For
I
the
think so,
most
too.
part.
I think the order's
Yeah.
pretty good as well.
I think so.
Whew, so you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen?
Wow.
It has been a long ride for 6
It
months, and just for this episode in general. It's been a 3-hour episode, but we knew it was going to be that long because it's the year-end
Yeah.
event. So, you know, if you listen to it all, thanks. If you didn't, we have timestamps we're going to put on so you guys can just hear the awards you want. We're going to put the nominee discussion, then we'll put the winner, I guess, timestamp on it so you guys can just, bounce back and forth, hear our thoughts on winners and things like that. But man, thank you guys so
Wait till we
much.
get to next year.
Man, thank you guys so much for sticking with us through 2020. If you're here, if you're coming back to see this, thanks for watching it back. Hopefully we're doing great. Hopefully we're succeeding. It's been a great year for us. It's been amazing. We got that bump ski towards the end of the year by, from help from people who showed us on social media, the Dark fan account. That helped us a lot more than they'll ever know. They gave us a lot of encouragement for them helping us out. It gave us a ton of extra help on the analytics too. YouTube's putting our stuff out there. People are clicking, people are commenting fun again. So we hope that we got something big planned. There's been a rescheduling due to Netflix being weird. We were supposed to do Mandalorian as the first episode of the new year, but because Netflix decided to bump Cobra Kai up a week, so it comes out January 1st now. So the first episode of the new year on the 3rd will be Cobra Kai season 3. And then the week after we'll hit Mandalorian still, because we were going to be late on Mandalorian no matter what. So we just wanted to get it for you guys now. Get Cobra Kai because it's going to be newer, and then we'll put Mandalorian out after. And then everything after that's going to be interessante. We'll see how the schedule bounces out. But yeah, you guys ain't got
Yes,
any
sir.
comments to wrap
Boy,
up the year end?
We got a movie after those, huh?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
at some point.
At some point.
No, I don't have any comments. Thank you to anybody who supported us in the last 6 months. Obviously, we kind of just started this to have stuff to talk about between ourselves and maybe entertain people. And like Reek said, the Dark Fan account that kind of gave us a bump. It was nice, man. People were watching, people were listening, and that means a lot to us. So we thank anybody
We
that
do appreciate it.
we thank anybody that actually views our content and appreciates it. So we like doing it. So yeah.
Yep. Well,
Yeah.
boys.
If you thought this one real fast, I'm sorry. If you all thought this one was long, wait till next year when we have 12 months worth of
Oh,
shows
God.
and
Yeah.
movies to argue over.
We'll find a way to narrow it.
I already know who's taking the top spot for one of these awards next year for me, because I know something I'm putting on the list at some point.
Oh God.
So
It better not be something you've
unless
watched. I
something
swear to
can beat
God.
that out,
It is 100%.
Hate him every time.
Yep.
hey, we may not even get there. I'll be honest. We'll find out.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are probably watching this episode right now. We're probably slaving away on this episode right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh man, you gotta probably divide this up an hour per person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this. If you're watching this on Spotify or Apple or any podcast sites, the YouTube's gonna have a little bit more in-depth video analysis for you guys, a little bit of pictures, a little bit of list skis, so you guys can see the list generated live and everything like that. We want to thank you all for watching. We want to thank you all for being here. We want to thank you for being part of the Binge Boys. You guys aren't fans. You guys are one of us. You are a binge boy when you watch this show. So we appreciate you. Don't forget, if you guys want to discuss anything, call us idiots, or you want to call them idiots for putting Iroh's one to the Zuko. Drop a comment real quick. Oh, man. Yeah, dude. I just want to remind you guys that my name's been Enrique.
I am Eli.
I'm Tristan.
And we want to wish you guys a happy new year, and remember that the Binge Boys are the best boys. 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 The best boys.